today, and Coach Rector gave a little speech to the Irish nation, to the student body, saying that this week is going to be better. They're going to play their hearts out for Father Ryan, and they're going to look like true Irish football players tonight.
Yep, Coach Rector, he really did a wonderful speech there. It was almost like a touching speech. Just really motivating and hopefully motivating to everybody, and just putting everything out there on the line, showing that he's boss.
Well, we know that definitely hyped the student body up, and now we have a lot of expectations here, huge crowd, and we know all the parochial schools were personally invited, the student bodies to come out, hopefully lots of them future Irish. So Matthew, with the big game, a lot of pressure usually for these games, what are your expectations?
I think Father Ryan's going to see that they do, as I was saying earlier, have to come out strong and have to just push hard. Don't let, even if they score to begin with, don't let that get into your head. You just got to pretend that they haven't scored, play a game that the other team hasn't scored. Play as hard as you can. Play like you are already winning and you want to win some more.
And there's a lot of expectations. Hopefully we live up to them tonight. And for Owen Doherty and Matthew Rainek, thanks for joining us. Now here's Lou and Austin shortly with tonight's call.
Go Irish.
And this is Monday. I mean, it was when you tell him something, you hurt his feelings. You know, but with Raymond or Dempsey or somebody telling you, it's okay. So you got to figure out how to coach without hurting.
What I used to do, like up in Knoxville, have a fight, so I find these guys that used to wrestle
the Holy Spirit.
like
Loving God, tonight we thank you. We thank you for bringing together this community of faith across the generations. Teach us to be generous with our gifts and grateful for all we have received at Father Ryan High School. Help us to live lives built on tradition of faith, knowledge, and service. Watch over these athletes and coaches that they may bring a healthy spirit of competition, seeking to
ECS has some fans as well on the far side of the field, which made their way east on I-40 earlier today. Now here supporting their team as well, so we wait to see at midfield the coin toss. Toss is made. We'll see the same with the referee signaled. It appears that ECS has won the toss and deferred to the second half, if I'm seeing that correctly here. And so it'll be Father Ryan receiving to open the game, and ECS, what is your right on your screen, will be receiving or be facing that way, and Father Ryan returning from the left side of the field. So as we get ready to get going here momentarily, it's going to be interesting tonight, Austin, to see how the defense, I should say, for Father Ryan comes out in the first half. The last two games they played, they made some great halftime adjustments that made a huge difference in the second half against Macaulay and JP2 respectively.
That's right, and with the new coach, it does bring some it does bring some uncertainty to the team to see what they've come up with on a new scheme for defense now that they are facing a team that they played last year.
When it comes to defense for ECS on the other side of the ball, they run a 4-3 defense. More and more anymore, you see 3-4 as the primary defensive alignment because of what allows your outside linebackers to do to drop back into coverage. But not every team takes that approach. And personally, when I play, I enjoy playing 4-3 better as a defensive end. But ultimately, it's not about what you want to do. It's what you want to have as far as getting yourself a win out there. So Father Ryan prepares to receive this opening kickoff. They want to get this game started here momentarily. The first ever home game for Father Ryan against ECS, only their second meeting ever. And they'll be kicking off from the near side on the 40. The kicker, Chandler Coffin. So Coffin has it lined up at the 40. Deep for the Irish, a pair of returnmen, including Sage Warren on the near side. Here's Nick Miller on the far, if I can read that number correctly from here. And so finally the football is lined up, and we'll have kickoff momentarily here. Father Ryan comes into this game 2-2 on the season, 0-2 in Division II AA play. For ECS is a 1-3 mark, but they're better than your typical 1-3 team, as you'll see tonight. It's a squib-type kickoff. He fielded at the 38-yard line and then decked immediately. So a short kickoff, not trying to give up anything long on a kick return. And the Irish will start off in pretty good field position.
On the kickoff, it looked as if that Wyatt Rector, the coach's Brian Rector, caught the kickoff there, and the Irish will start off with the ball on their own 36.
And so it is Rector coming to the sidelines with a quick word from members of the coaching staff. And so Father Ryan's offense comes out into the field on the far side for the first snap of the game on offense. 1st and 10 Irish, just underway, ball at their own 36-yard line as we get a referee blowing a whistle. Gonna make sure everybody is set, perhaps. See Father Ryan walking backwards. I don't know if they're huddling up or if that's an indication of some sort of an infraction.
And it does look like, Lou, that Coach Rector and the referees are having a discussion right now on the sideline near the 25-30 of Father Ryan.
I didn't see a flag thrown on that kick or return. I thought there was
Neither
much
did
time
I.
at all. So you wouldn't think it would have been an offsides on the kicking team. I was trying to hypothesize in my head what it might be, but whatever it is, it was a delay that's over with now. So Father Ryan has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 36, just underway here at Giacosa Stadium. And they're shooting the shotgun. He's going to move to the near side, looks downfield, doesn't like what he sees, tries to get away, scrambles for maybe a yard, where finally the defense collapses around him. You know, Shoup can buy time. Back there at quarterback, that's one of his many great traits. Trying to give his receivers a little bit of extra time to get open. Ultimately pulled the ball down there, ran with it for 1 yard, and it's 2nd and 9. So now to the shotgun with a running back behind him is Shoup, the quarterback. Goes for the long count. ECS doesn't bite, so he looks to the sidelines, then back in position with 6 on the play clock. The snap, handoff, Jackson Bird, not much there. Big stop by ECS. William Bowen, just a sophomore. I've got some notes on him, and rightly so. He's shown up in game film and online videos for the Eagles. So that sets up 3rd and 10 for the Irish as we approach 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter. No score.
And again, they're not an ideal play there for the Irish, trying to get the ground game going, but it does look like Shoop is going to line up there in the shotgun.
They're going to go 4 wide receivers on this 3rd and 10 with 3 to the near side. Shoop with a running back to his left. He'll take the shotgun snap. Stays in the pocket. Now he's going to run with it to the 35, to the 40, to the 45, first down to the 50, to midfield, to the 45, deep, and down at the 42-yard line of ECS. So on 3rd and 10, Jay Shoop making it happen with his legs. First down Irish.
Great run there by Jay Shoop.
So Shoop
Again,
go ahead. No.
Again today for this game even. Last week against JP2 he had a great ground game, and this week it seems to be working as well for him.
Nice thing with Shoop, he looks to pass first, but if it's not there and those linebackers are playing back in coverage too far, he can run with it. He can burn you. So they're going to say 25 yards on that scramble on 3rd and 10 by Shoop. That sets up 1st and 10 Irish. Their first snap inside ECS territory at the Eagles 41. There's a shotgun handoff to Bird, who cuts it to the near side, looking for a block. Finally trips. The turf monster got him at the 35-yard line after a 6-yard gain. And Austin, that right there is why you just have that commitment to the run. Jackson Bird not only can bowl you over, you give him a little bit of open room and he can make some things happen yardage-wise.
That is true, Lou. And it doesn't look like the Irish have come out with a good, strong running game now, figuring out the ECS defense.
Your 3 wide receivers on this with 2 to the far side for Shoop. On 2nd and 4, he has Jackson Bird on his right hip. Receiver on the near side is Aaron Isabel. And it's a handoff again to Bird. Great field vision, getting what he can out of that, maybe 2 yards as he gets it inside the 35-yard line down to the perhaps 32-yard line. And that's going to set up 3rd and short for the Irish. Looks like they're going to spot it between the 32 and the 33, so about a yard that they need here. So 3rd and 1 for the Irish, 9 minutes, 10 seconds to go first quarter. No score here at Giacosa Stadium. So on this 3rd and short, the Irish going with 3 receivers to the far side. Shoop takes that shotgun snap. It's a handoff to Quimby. Elton Quimby looking for some room, and it's going to be close. It might depend on the spot, and he may be about a half yard short. So they went with the speedier Quimby on that 3rd and 1. And now Father Ryan has a decision to make as it appears that they're going to be about a half yard short, so no gain. And it looks like they're going to go for it here, Austin.
Interesting move there by Coach Rector. Seems to he trusts his offense more than he does right now for field goal unit.
It would be
wanted to go for it and make an early statement against ECS.
It would be a 48-yard field goal.
Confused now.
And this may be trying to induce a timeout call, which it did.
It does.
So Evangelical Christian is going to take a timeout after seeing Father Ryan line up on 4th and short. The first time this game we've seen Shoop under center, which more often than not is either a goal line situation or a QB sneak. He has proven already this season multiple times that he is more than capable in that sneak type situation. So Father Ryan's going to talk it over right now. Again, game just underway, a few minutes in, 8 minutes, 15 seconds to go first quarter, no score. Those of you just joining us, ECS won the opening coin toss, deferred to the second half, so Father Ryan received. Took a little pooch kick around the 36-yard line. And they've driven themselves down into ECS territory and now face a 4th and looks like maybe slightly less than a yard. If they can get the ball to the 31-yard line, that will definitively be a first down. But they've got to do that. So a jumbo set for the Irish. ECS crowding the line as well. It's going to be a handoff. Jackson Bird. Bird pushing forward. I don't know that he got it. So Bird, the powerhouse, they're going to mark him short. So on 4th and 1, the Eagles defense holds, and ECS forces a turnover on downs for the Irish.
Tough play there by the offense.
There are worse decisions to make than giving the ball to Bird in a short to gain situation, but did not turn out the way the Irish wanted on that play. So it's going to be ECS ball on offense for the first time in this game on their own 32-yard line. No score, 8 minutes, 11 seconds to go in the first quarter here in South Nashville. The man to watch at quarterback is the senior, Keegan Westbrook. He's got a strong arm, and he's going to fire it immediately into the flats, and that's going to be a stop for a loss. Looks like O'Connell got in on that. Caleb Jones on the reception. So Seamus O'Connell, who's had some really good plays in the secondary defending passes, making things happen, a tackle for a loss. Appears to be a 2.5-yard loss, so it's going to be second and a long 12 for ECS at their own 30-yard line.
And not only that, and last week he even was playing a little offense against JP2.
That's true, as Westbrook gets the shotgun snap, slips. It hasn't been rainy here in Nashville, for those of you who might be curious. It's been very hot and humid. Summer just won't end in that regard, I suppose. Haven't checked the temperature, but it was in the mid-90s earlier, maybe down to the projected 86 degrees at game time. That becomes more of an issue later as exhaustion and cramping may come into play. So 3rd and 14 for ECS, 7 minutes, 14 seconds to go first quarter. Westbrook from the shotgun. Irish brings some pressure, has some time, throws it down the field, and it's caught for a first down. The guy we were talking about before, Dawson Williams, the speedy sophomore, managed to get open. Quimby was on him, but not enough to be able to break it up. So a 3rd and long conversion, and ECS has their first down of this game. So Eagles ball at their own 48, 1st and 10, 7 minutes to go first quarter. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the far side. Westbrook with a quick throw, batted down. What a play there defensively. Jack Boutte got up in the air, his long arms up in the air, and batted that one down.
It was a good play there by the Irish defense.
One of the many reasons that, it's advantageous for quarterbacks to be tall is that you can avoid throwing the ball at that lower angle. I mean, to be fair, Westbrook has decent height, but Boutte able to get up and bat that one down. So 2nd and 10 Eagles, no score, 6 minutes, 55 seconds to go here in the first quarter. 2 receivers either side, a running back to his right. And it's going to be a handoff, and it's going nowhere fast. Great tackle right there. Jackson Bird making it happen once again on both sides of the ball. He did some of that last week, too.
That's right. Also met on the tackle was William Bowen for the Irish. I'm sorry, excuse me. Jackson Bird was there also. Excuse me.
If they had Ben Smith on the look at our roster right there. I was going to say it was Cameron Rosenberger.
Yes.
Just a sophomore. They list him as a fullback, but he really is a traditional running back. So 3rd and 11 ECS at their own 47-yard line. They already converted 1 3rd and long. Westbrook throws it deep. O'Connell was there, had his back turned, didn't see it, but it didn't matter as the ball falls incomplete. Intended for Jacob Epperson. Another sophomore making things happen for ECS, but not on that play as it becomes 4th and 11 and a likely punting situation. Something to keep in mind. Westbrook is an excellent quarterback. He's a really good punter, too. I watched I did my prep work for this. And this is not a surprise type situation, but he's someone that can do what Shoup has done as well for Father Ryan as far as that surprise pooch or unexpected pooch, but this should be a traditional type punt. One would at least guess in this case. 4th down and 11, 6:20 to go, first quarter, no score. Westbrook takes his time. It's a high punt. Spiraling up. It's going to land at the 25, take an ECS bounce to the 20, to the 15. It's still rolling to the 13. And they finally will blow it dead there at the 13-yard line. So with 6:06 to go here in the first quarter, no score, Father Ryan and ECS. .606 to go first quarter. No score, Father Ryan and ECS. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Lou Pickney and Austin Wright with you here at a packed Giacosa Stadium as the Irish try to get revenge on ECS for that 28-14 loss from last season. So Father Ryan's second offensive possession will start in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Shoup's going to hand it off to Quimby. Quimby with a cut up the middle. He'll get it past the 20, nearly to the 25-yard line. He's going to be close to a first down. In fact, they will spot him as having a first down. So a good run on first down there for the Irish. That's going to move the chains, and Father Ryan's going to move quickly here as the ball is spotted at the 24-yard line. 1st and 10. Irish and Eagles tied at 0. Here's Jay Shoup in the shotgun with 2 receivers to the near side and a running back behind him in Quimby. They're going to hand it to Elton Quimby. He's going to be met, fight through the first tackle, and get maybe a 3-yard gain. It will depend on the spot. Looks like they're going to put it at about the 27-yard line of the Irish. So Quimby's going to come to the sidelines as Father Ryan cycles Bird back in at the running back spot. A couple other players onto the field now. So Mitchell Bray gets back out there. Also Jay Linton in for the Irish. There's some personnel changes happen here on 2nd and 7.
And also off for the field for the Irish, Aaron Isabel.
Isabel 2 weeks ago against Macaulay had some key receptions on a long drive down the field. Have not had a reception yet tonight. So 2nd and 7 for the Irish from the 27. It's a handoff for Bird. Not much between the tackles there for him as far as space went. So they will say a short gain for the Irish there. I'll make it 3rd and 6 at the Father Ryan 28-yard line. Evangelical Christian and Father Ryan tied at 0. 4:44 to go here in the first quarter. So Father Ryan trying to make things happen in this 3rd down situation. So they're going to split 2 receivers, but very close to the line of scrimmage on both sides. And a shotgun for Shoup. He's going to bring O'Connell in motion, fake the jet sweep, looks downfield, throws it. Spiral pass, too much mustard on it though, as it sails incomplete over the head of Sage Warren. And that'll bring 4th down now for the Irish. And as you would imagine, the punt team comes out onto the field. Not a situation where you would try and draw the opponents offside because it's 4th and 6, and even if they jumped, it would still be 4th down. Plus you're deep in your own territory. So that's going to bring out Anthony Hagee for the punt. Pair of returners out on the field deep for ECS. Includes Reed Halford. So the punt is away. Wobbles, takes kind of a neutral bounce, and will finally be downed at the 43-yard line. So ECS will start with its best field position of the day, or the evening I should say, with 4:09 to go here in the first quarter. So Austin, so far a bit of a defensive battle here, a little bit of a chess match early.
Yes, it is. It is interesting to see Irish have come out strong on the defense against ECS, and ECS has also returned the favor on defense.
So the Eagles will start with 4 wide receivers, 2 to either side. Westbrook, the quarterback, with the running back to his right. He's going to roll right, throw, and it will fall incomplete. Sumner Darlington, the intended receiver. And so that's going to make it 2nd and 10 for the Eagles at their own 43-yard line. 4:04 to go here in the first quarter. No score between Evangelical Christian and Father Ryan High School. I've got Darlington noted as a dangerous receiver. I know what I saw on video. Father Ryan will have to keep an eye on him for the duration of this game. 2nd and 10, the shotgun snap. A quick throw from Westbrook is incomplete as they try the quick throw to Jacob Epperson. The sophomore receiver has it sail past him and fall to the turf. So 3rd and 10 now for ECS.
Nice play there by the defense, getting a blitz, pressuring the quarterback to make an incomplete pass.
ECS not wasting much time getting back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to go 4 wide receivers on this 3rd and 10, 4 minutes, 2 seconds to go in the first quarter. Westbrook and Father Ryan bring some pressure. He gets forced back. Ball flies behind him. Is that a loose ball? Has not been blown dead? Or yes, it has been. They're going to say an incomplete pass. So that 3rd and 10 play, near disaster for ECS. But the official on the field, head referee, notes an incomplete pass. There's no such thing as instant replay review in high school football. It's more pure in that way. Unless you like your 5-minute delays that give you nothing on the college level, the pro level. So 3:55 to go here in the first quarter, and 4th and 10 for the Eagles, and a punting situation with Westbrook. Looks like a good 15 yards deep. Sage Warren set to return for Father Ryan. So Westbrook, a wobbly punt towards the far sideline, and it's going to bounce out of bounds as a flag is thrown. Appears they're going to spot it at the Father Ryan 45-yard line, but we're going to have to see what this marker's about. Maybe illegal hands to the back, maybe illegal block. Hard to know on something like that. The ball was not in the air very long. And I've seen Westbrook kick on video and know that he can do it pretty well, but he did not get all of that one, to say the least.
And the officials are having a discussion right now on the ECS sideline, determining what the flag was for and where to spot the ball.
It's going to be Father Ryan football. That flag was not thrown until after the punt, so whatever it was, it would be after a change of possession, if it ends up being an infraction at all. So both sidelines have been appraised. personal foul, face mask, and it's going to go against ECS. So you can tack on 15 yards for Father Ryan, or check that personal foul against Father Ryan. So offsetting personal fouls. They're going to spot the ball at the ECS, the ECS 48-yard line. It looked like it had gone further than that, but perhaps it crossed the out-of-bounds plane before then. So after offsetting personal foul penalties are called on a punt that went almost nowhere, sets up Father Ryan with its best field position of the night. It's the first start in ECS territory in the game. No score. 3 minutes, 48 seconds to go here in the first quarter. So the Irish go shotgun. 2 receivers to the far side, or to the near side, I should say, 1 to the far. Shoop will take that shotgun. Fake to Quimbe. Looks for a block, tries to make something happen, spins around, and gets it maybe a yard. And he turned what looked like a 4 or 5 yard sack into a 1 yard gain, making something out of nothing.
That's correct. And as a reference to last week, he is also doing many of the same things, making plays out of nothing and bringing the Irish positive yards
One of the
on broken up plays.
One of the strongest elements of his game is the ability to make things happen, letting his receivers get open in scrambling type scenarios. Looking at 2nd and 9 for the Irish at the ECS 46.5 yard line. It'll be a handoff to Quimbe. Quimbe slicing through, has some holes. 35, looking for a block at the 30, gets it to the 25, forced out of bounds at the 22 yard line. Elton Quimbe, the senior, gets a first down for the Irish.
Great play there by Elton Quimbe, setting up the Irish for a nice gain on the ECS 20.
So this is the deepest the Irish have been into ECS territory tonight, as they reach the red zone. So 1st and 10 Irish at the ECS 20 yard line. 3 minutes to go, first quarter, no score. A shift for Father Ryan, then it's going to be a handoff and a slip. So Elton Quimbe got the ball, had an opening, but we've seen now that's the 3rd time in this game that we've seen somebody slip out there on that field. It's a good surface. I promise you, ECS fans tuning in wondering what the deal is, it's not slick out there. So 2nd and 12. 2nd and 12 for the Irish at the ECS 22 yard line as we approach 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go here in this opening quarter. So a shotgun with 4 wide receivers and 1 running back for Shoop. Shoop's looking to the near side. Is he going to take off? Not much room. Tries to make something happen and gets to the 20. So the yardage gained on the previous play after the Quimbe slip, he looks like just about makes up for as he gets spotted right at the 20 yard line. And the Irish looking at 3rd and 10 at the ECS 20 as we approach 2 minutes to go here in this opening quarter. Great atmosphere on campus today. Homecoming festivities, people checking out some great barbecue options earlier. Father Ryan 3rd and 10. They're going to go with 4 wide receivers, 3 to the far side. And ECS jumps on the hard count. So presuming I read that correctly, and I did, it was an encroachment penalty. It moves at 5 yards. Now they blow that dead because either contact was made or a Father Ryan player flinched after the ECS player in question moved into the neutral zone. So 3rd and 5 at the ECS 15, minute 45 to go. First quarter, no score between ECS and Father Ryan. It's going to be 4 wide receivers, 3 to the far side for Shoop. Shoop has Quimbe to his right hip. He's going to look to the sidelines. 15 seconds on the play clock. Now Shoop's going to yell something to his offensive lineman. And he'll take the shotgun snap. He's going to keep it himself. Had a hole for a moment, and that closed quickly. So once again, an attempt to run between the tackles for Father Ryan, not finding much success. And that's going to make a 4th down situation now in a likely field goal scenario. Field goal for the Irish here late in this first quarter. So they're going to say Irish ball at the ECS 16 yard line. So this would be about a 33 yard field goal attempt by Anthony Hagee. Snap is good, the hold is good, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 51.6 seconds to go in the first quarter, your score, Father Ryan 3, ECS 0. 51.6 seconds to go in the first quarter. Father Ryan leads Evangelical Christian 3-0. And the Irish preparing to kick off for the first time in this game. Pair of returners back for ECS on the far side of the field. That's the guy I got to watch. Number 4, Dawson Williams. He can run like the wind. Booming kick. He gets it down to the 5-yard line where it's fielded to the 15, to the 20. Trying to find some blockers to the 30. Has some holes. To the 40. Cuts it back at midfield and finally brought down at the Father Ryan 45-yard line. Looked to be Reed Halford on that return.
It was a good return there by ECS. Does bring them into prime position there in the Father Ryan territory.
So you kick the ball away from the dangerous Williams and the also dangerous Halford. Gets a nice return for the Eagles. They trail 3-0. Irish on defense with 40 seconds and change to go here in the first quarter. 1st and 10, 4 wide receivers for ECS. Westbrook in the shotgun as we have a whistle. The indication by the near official seemed to be a time. Okay, they're now saying a timeout for Father Ryan. Interesting maneuver there for the Irish. So now each team has 2 timeouts remaining for this first half. Father Ryan leading 3-0 after the field goal just moments ago by Anthony Hagee. So both teams trying to feel each other out. Seeing defensively was able to give up, what the other team would be able to give up, and thus far has not been very much.
Very much so. It has been a defensive battle here in the game. And now the Irish are back on defense tonight to see what they can do to stop ECS.
Thus far, it's been pretty effective. They've been able to stop the runs between the tackles. Been able, for the most part, to deny the passing game. But I can promise you, Westbrook's going to keep throwing the ball, and the receiver's doing the best to haul it in. So it'll be 1st and 10, ECS at the Father Ryan 44-yard line. Late in the first quarter, Irish up 3-0. It's a handoff and going nowhere fast. Great stop by Jack Boutte, once again calling his name. On the carry, Cameron Rosenberger. Sophomore may have lost a yard there for the Eagles. Less than 25 seconds to go in the first quarter. Father Ryan leads ECS 3-0. They don't have to snap the ball here if they don't want to before the end of the quarter, but looks like they will choose to do so. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far on this 2nd and long. Father Ryan brings them heat. It's complete for about a 4 or 5 yard gain before the defense collapses on the receiver. That was Halford on the reception, and that will be the last play of the first quarter. So after 1, it's Father Ryan High School 3, Evangelical Christian School 0.
Samantha Poirier of St. Henry's alum in a Holy Family promotion. Eva Evan Nunez of Brentwood Middle School alumnus in a Holy Family promotion. Charlie Martyr of West Wilson Middle School alumnus.
Start of the second quarter here at Giacosa Stadium in South Nashville. Father Ryan leads ECS 3-0, but the Eagles with the ball looking at a 3rd and 6 at the Irish 40-yard line. Evangelical Christian, based out of Cordova, the suburbs of Memphis. Those of you who went to the game last year cheer on the Irish. Certainly remember that. So there's a bit more of a delay. There are some people on the field being recognized. Got 22 players out there, but they're not going to snap the ball as they make notes of some individuals out there on the field.
And again, to keep in mind tonight, the breaks will be longer considering it is homecoming.
Indeed, a longer halftime to be sure. Have the homecoming court, class officers.
That's correct.
And of course the
As
Father
expected.
Ryan Irish Marching Band. So applause given for those individuals out there on the field being recognized. It gives ECS a little bit of time to talk over strategy. Darlington and Halford comparing notes. The receivers lined up on either side of midfield. 3 receivers in total for the Eagles on this 3rd and 6. Westbrook stands at the Father Ryan 45-yard line for the shotgun. He's getting pressured, forced to the near side, scrambling, trying to make something happen. He's going to heave it down the field, and it'll fall incomplete. Nobody there very close for ECS. Nearly had an interception opportunity for Seamus O'Connell, but the ball hit the turf, and that brings up 4th and 6.
Great pressure there by Jack Boutte.
So the bringing the heat worked for Father Ryan on that play. They're going to spot the ball at midfield for a presumptive punting situation. So on 4th and 6, it would appear that ECS is lining up for the punt, but remember that Westbrook is also their punter and their quarterback. So you have to be careful of this sort of thing, but this being a low-scoring game to this point, defensive-oriented, it appears ECS wants to play the field position game. Rugby-style setup. No, it's a fake. He's going to throw it. Goes down to the sidelines, the 27-yard line, and it's complete. So they line up for the fake punt, bring it to the near side, and Westbrook makes the completion on the throw.
To Dawson Williams.
And Williams gets the first down. There's a reason I made note of him being the punter and the quarterback there. It wasn't just a fill time. 11 minutes, 47 seconds to go here in the second quarter. Irish lead 3-0, but ECS on the move after that 4th and 6 completion to the Irish 27-yard line. Again from the shotgun. It's going to be 2 receivers. Check that, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near for Westbrook. Westbrook's going to hand it off. Going nowhere fast on that one. Again, the defense for Father Ryan, not allowing anything up the middle. Jack Boutte, another great stop there. He's had a wonderful first half.
Yes, the blitzes here are working very well for the Irish.
Cameron Rosenberger on the carry for the Eagles. So 2nd and 13 after a 3-yard loss. Ball spotted at the Irish 30-yard line. 4 receivers out there for the Eagles, 3 to the far side. Irish only bring 4 on this one as they're going to drop back defensively. Pass is completed to Williams on the far sideline. He's tough to bring down for being relatively small of stature. He's got speed on his side, but not much there he could do. Gets forced out of bounds close to the original line of scrimmage, so it looks like it'd be about a 3-yard gain. May give him an extra half-yard or yard. So 3rd and a long 9 now for ECS.
And on the play, I do believe correctly that Jacksonburg was there on the stop.
Entirely possible right there. So 3rd and 9, 10 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the first half. Irish lead 3-0. There's the shotgun snap to Westbrook. He's going to throw it back, a screen-type situation. The Irish have it sniffed out, though. And Williams isn't going much further than where he got the ball initially. Not much yards after catch there. Good job, Father Ryan defense.
And again, the pressure is getting to the quarterback for ECS. Father Ryan is doing a very good job of making sure that he and his receivers do not make good connections. Is working well tonight.
Eagles apparently going to line up for a field goal attempt here that would tie the game. This would be a 43-yard effort from the far hash. Snap is fine. The kick is up. It's spinning toward the goalposts.
And
No good.
it's ruled no good.
No good. I'll give you more detail on why he missed, but we're looking at it from about a 45-degree angle here. Not the easiest thing to tell from this location, but any way you slice it, good news for the Irish, as a missed field goal has Father Ryan still up 3-0. 9 minutes, 58 seconds to go here in the first half, and the Irish will have the ball at their own 30, or checked at their own 20-yard line. It's not like the NFL where they spot the ball after a miss at the place of the kick. So the Irish 80 yards away from the ECS end zone. Less than 10 minutes to go here in this first half. Father Ryan leading Evangelical Christian 3-0. 4 receivers for the Irish, 2 on the other side. Shoop will take that shotgun snap, bobbled it for a second, looks complete at the 25-yard line. Good job there by Wyatt Rector bringing that one in. Quick pass that will set the Irish up for a second and appears 2nd and 4. So looks like a long 4 at most for the Irish face here. So ball close to the 26-yard line of the Irish. They lead 3-0. 9 minutes, 32 seconds to go in the first half. It looked like a near offside situation for ECS. And then whistles blew. And so that's twice now in this game, in this first half, that ECS has jumped off sides. This is going to give Father Ryan an automatic first down. I shouldn't say automatic, but it will move the chains because there were fewer than 5 yards the Irish needed there to get to the first down marker. So 9:29 to go first half. Irish lead 3-0, and they will have the ball 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line. Tight formation, 2 receivers to the far side. Bring the man in motion to the near side. It's a handoff to Jackson Bird to the near sideline, trying to find a hole. Wrestled down at the 34, maybe the 35-yard line for the Irish. There's a host of defenders for the Eagles are there to bring him down for what appears to be a 3-yard gain by the time they finally spot it and mark it. 9 minutes and counting to go here in this first half. Father Ryan 3, ECS 0.
Another tough run there by Jackson Bird. He is helping the Irish tremendously tonight for moving the ball.
The tighter formation, 2 receivers, 1 on either side. And so Shoup will look to the sideline for information with 13 seconds and counting on the play clock. Here's Elton Quimby. No, it's a fake. A throw to Beacom. Patrick Beacom makes the catch at the 39 down, close to the 40. He will be about a yard shy, though, of the first down. So Beacom, with his first reception of the game, will give the Irish 3rd and short as we approach the 8-minute mark of this first half.
And Nick Romanauer off the field, and it appears that on the near side, Aaron Isbell and Wyatt Rector will be on the near side.
Less than 8 minutes to go here in the first half. 3rd and 1 for the Irish from the 40. There's a handoff to Quimby. Makes a nice cut, has the first down into ECS territory, finally brought down at the 46-yard line.
Strong one there by Elton Quimby.
I talk about Jackson Bird's field vision, but Quimby's got pretty good field vision as well. Excellent speed. He moves the Irish into Eagles territory with 7:49 to go here in this first half, and the Irish leading 3-0. 2 receivers to the near side for Father Ryan on this 1st and 10. Bray goes in motion to the near side, setting up the running play for Quimby, who cuts it back up towards the middle. He's finally spun down to the ground at the 41-yard line, so a 5-yard gain on first down by Elton Quimby.
And tonight for the Irish, Elton Quimby's speed and Jay Shoup's strength are working very well for the Irish ground game.
Makes a big difference. You have to have a solid commitment to the run, even with the sport altogether being tilted more and more towards the passing game. If you can't run it consistently, you can't win. 2 receivers to the far side for the Irish on the 2nd and 5 from the ECS 41-yard line. It's going to be a handoff to Bird. Bird bringing it to the near sideline, makes one defender miss for a second, spins him around and brings him to the ground. Logan Saunders, I should say, on the tackle after Caleb Jones bounced off him. And by the time they spot the ball, it's enough for a Father Ryan first down at the 35-yard line.
And now in for the Irish, Nick Miller.
Father Ryan making substitutions, getting some fresh bodies out on the field as they try and pick up the pace a bit here on offense. 1st and 10, ball at the ECS 35-yard line. 6:49 to go first half. Father Ryan leads 3-0. Shoup looking to the sidelines for instruction with 3 receivers and Jackson Bird to his left. Out of the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff to Bird. There's not much room there as he plows forward. What strength by Jackson Bird. The offensive line gives him just the tiniest of creases, and he makes the most of it with about a 3-yard carry.
And as the game wears on, again, as we see more substitutions, it will be key to see how the Irish use their substitutions for the offense and defense, because it is a hot 84-degree night here in Nashville.
Well, certainly this Father Ryan team is well conditioned, but fresh bodies always help. So a tight formation here for the Irish, and the shotgun is bobbled for a second. O'Connell gets it. Seamus O'Connell throws it back down. Caught by Shoup. First down Irish. So the trick play is a completion from Seamus O'Connell to Jay Shoup. And the Irish move the chains once again. All the way down to the 15-yard line. And it looked like it was a bobbled snap, but perhaps that was just part of the design, the misdirection there, as it went to Shoup. Shoup lateraling the ball to Seamus O'Connell, who threw it to him for an Irish first down. So now Shoup once again from the shotgun as the Irish hurry things up on offense with 2 receivers to the far side. And as is the norm, they'll get up there, look at the defense, look to the coaches, and then call the play. There's Bray from motion to the near side to the far. It'll be Quimby with a handoff up the middle. He'll get inside the 10-yard line. Looks like they're going to spot him just inside there for a good 5-yard gain, or maybe a long 4. ECS back on their heels. They're going to use their second timeout of the first half to talk things over defensively. Father Ryan leading 3-0. 5 minutes, 23 seconds to go here in the first half. And hey, Father Ryan's open house for prospective students and families will be held on Sunday, September 25th. That's coming up. That's 12:30 to 4 right here on campus. This event provides an opportunity for families to get an introduction to everything that Father Ryan has to offer. Open house events are open to any family that is interested in learning more about Father Ryan High School and the wonderful Catholic education their child can receive here. So Father Ryan with the ball and momentum, facing a 2nd and 5 with the ball at the Eagles' 10-yard line. So Father Ryan talking things over in their huddle, trying to make sure they get the right play called. Here's been a very back and forth, tight first half. Both teams playing some cat and mouse. Father Ryan breaking one out from the trick book there with the O'Connell pass to Shoop, his first reception of the season. So 2nd and 5 Irish, 5:23 to go first half.
And again, that was a well-designed play there by the Irish.
And well executed too.
Very much.
So the shotgun will be a handoff to Quimby. Quimby slicing through, close but not quite to the end zone. It'll be enough for a Father Ryan first down. They're going to spot the ball, it looks like, at the 1-yard line. So 1st and goal Irish from the ECS 1. 5:17 to go here in the first half. And the Irish up 3-0. See some wholesale substitutions for both teams, really, as they go over their jumbo defensive front. Shoop's going under center. Sometimes that means sneak. We'll see here. Instead, it's a handoff. Waiting to see the officials will say just shy. Happened so fast I didn't see who had the ball on that carry. It just so just shy of the end zone. They're going to spot that ball about as close as you can get it without crossing the plane. It may have been Quimby on that run since he's still in there at the deepest running back position of the 3. So out of the I formation, it'll be Shoop on the sneak. He gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. So Jay Shoop throwing the ball, receiving the ball, and then finally punching it in, running it from the half-yard line. And with an extra point, the Irish would go up 10-0.
Jay Shoop, for football, a true renaissance man here, doing almost everything here for the Irish on offense. Receiving, running, and throwing.
A little bit of low snap. Hold is good. The kick is up, and the kick by Hagee is good. So with 4 minutes and 34 seconds to go here in the first half, it's Father Ryan 10, ECS nothing. And Austin, I think for Father Ryan, that last drive gave them some momentum. Certainly set them up with a nice lead. And with limited time to go here in the first half, you can't take any breaks on defense against this high-powered quarterback they're facing in Westbrook, but certainly good times for the Irish thus far.
Yes, and that is true. Any score of any type will definitely bring momentum on your side, and it does seem to be working here for the Irish as they get a good touchdown there by Jay Shoop.
Keep in mind also the defense has had a chance to rest, and we've talked about how hot it is.
Yes.
Humid. I mean, maybe it's not like it was in the middle of August, but earlier today, I promise you it felt like it here. For those of you not in the Nashville area, it has been unusually warm here well into mid-September as we approach late September. October is my favorite month of the year. I can't wait for it to get here. A little bit of crispness to the air, my AC not going 24/7. It'll be nice. So Father Ryan leads 10-0 as they prepare to kick off. Hagee has the ball right on that X at the 40-yard line. So Father Ryan now, their special teams will try and not give up as long of a return as they did on the previous kickoff that nearly was a disaster for the Irish. Spinning kick going back towards the end zone. Will it break the plane? Indeed it does. Now that's supposed to be an automatic touchback. They're going to say apparently he didn't break the plane. It's Williams to the near side, forced out at the 25-yard line. I try to give some benefit of the doubt when it comes to a play near either of the end zones just because we're at midfield and it's tough to tell at an angle. Sure looked like his momentum took him back into the end zone, but the official didn't call it that way, and that's the only thing that matters. So it's going to be ECS ball. When they finally decide where to spot it, they're going to spot it at the ECS 27. So the Eagles have 1st and 10 with just one timeout to go here. 4:28 to go in the first half, so they have some time to work with. They look to the sidelines. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. It'll be Keegan Westbrook out of the shotgun. So it's going to be a handoff to the far side. Moving forward for maybe 2, possibly 3 yards. Cameron Rosenberger on the carry for ECS. Now there's a late flag. That would look to be after the play.
I couldn't quite tell what it might be. Officials are discussing what it will be.
It's going to be against ECS if their players are any indication by walking backward. So the ball had been spotted at the 30-yard line of ECS after a 3-yard gain. When in doubt, look to the man in the white hat. It's a personal foul against ECS, their 2nd of the first half. So the Eagles going in the wrong direction. Their first personal foul was offset by one for Father Ryan, but now they've got 2, and they're looking at a huge hole. That down counted, so they got the 3 yards on the run, but the penalty pushes them all the way back to their own 15-yard line. 4 minutes, 17 seconds to go, first half. Father Ryan leads 10-0. Out of the shotgun, Westbrook's going to throw to the near side. Good second effort right there by Rosenberger after a pair of Irish defenders.
And another flag comes onto the field.
I'm going to say O'Connell was in there on that stop. The flag, though, is from the far side of the field. The play took place on the near side. And now another personal foul, and this one's against Father Ryan. So an unfortunate turn of events for the Irish because they were looking at 2nd and a mile there on that last play, and even a 15-yard penalty of just a general variety wouldn't necessarily be an automatic first down, except that this is an automatic first down with it being a personal foul penalty. So 4 minutes, 5 seconds to go, first half. Father Ryan leads 10-0, but ECS now, another marking is 3rd down and not giving the automatic first down, so I don't know what to tell you on that other than it looks like a 3rd and 5. They got to 3rd and 5 the hard way there, but so not as bad as it looked initially for Father Ryan. It was not an automatic first down. 3rd and 5 from the 33-yard line for the Eagles. They're going to have 2 receivers set to the far side and 2 to the near side. The ball spotted on the near hash right at the 33-yard line. Westbrook takes the snap, looks downfield, going to heave it down deep. Man coverage to the Irish, to Williams, it is batted away. What a play. Sage Warren knocking that ball away from the very dangerous Dawson Williams, and that sets up 4th down for the Irish.
Great play there by Sage Warren to give the Irish a 4th down situation, get the ball that looks to be a punt from now setting up for ECS.
Remember the last time it looked like a punting situation for the Eagles, it was a fake that ended up being a long pass for a first down. The danger of having your opponent with a punter who is also their star quarterback. So Westbrook back, supposedly to punt the ball. Sage Warren is deep for the Irish at the Father Ryan 30. There's a snap. Gets that one away. Has some wobble to it. It'll be fieldable by Warren at the 35. He's going to cut it up upfield. Makes one man miss to the 40. To the 45 to midfield. Gets into ECS territory to the 40. To the 35. Bronley brought down to the 33-yard line. What a return by Sage Warren.
Great return by Sage Warren.
Got some good blocks too, I might add, but
Very much.
good job to see the opening, make that first man miss, and sometimes that's all it takes to open things up. So now the Irish are in business. They've got the momentum. They've got a 10-0 lead. 2 timeouts, 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go here in the first half.
And he, like Jay Shoup, are proving to be effective on multiple sides of the ball,
Oh, yeah.
or multiple phases.
We talked about Jacksonburg earlier, playing on both sides of the ball as well.
That's correct.
Try and utilize your talent as much as you can without wearing them out too much. So 1st and 10 Irish at the ECS 33-yard line. A late substitution. That's going to be the Irish are going to have to burn a timeout. And I don't know what the exact circumstances were for Nick Miller running on the field. pardon me, as Irish opts to use their second timeout, or actually I take that back, that'd be their third and final timeout. So Father Ryan, because of whatever the mix-up was there, will have to burn, at least in theory, or check that. Okay, they already.
It does seem to be just a second time.
It was their second. They did their due diligence quicker than I was able to look up the scoreboard. So
Correct.
one timeout remains for both teams, with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go here in the first half, and the Irish leading 10-0. That student section's fired up, Austin, I tell you.
I was going to say,
I mean,
during this break, you can definitely hear the student section getting fired up here for the Irish defense.
This is one of the many great things about having this beautiful stadium here on campus. The old days of having to play out at Vanderbilt on that antiquated, what they called AstroTurf, the Brillo pad stretched over concrete had to play on, whether it was playing out at Bellevue or having a bum field from Overton. Those days are over with this beautiful field right here. The Irish now 1st and 10, the ball at the ECS 33-yard line. Shotgun snap, a little low to Shoop. That's going to be a reverse to Warren. Warren has, he's going to throw it. Throwing it deep to O'Connell. O'Connell makes the grab, makes a man miss, and he goes into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. So the double reverse works. They give the ball to Bird, then back around to Warren, who throws it deep. Seamus O'Connell brings it in, makes a second defender miss after beating his defender in the one-on-one setup, and the Irish go up 16-0 with the extra point pending.
Irish pulling on multiple tricks out of the bag for this game.
And they're making it work.
Yes, sir.
Here's the snap. The extra point is up, and the extra point is good. So with 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half, Father Ryan leads 17-0. We'll be right back. 3 minutes, 30 seconds to go here in the first half. Lou Pickney and Austin Wright with you here. This Father Ryan High School home varsity football game, playing host to the Evangelical Christian School Eagles out of Cordova, Tennessee, in the Memphis area. Welcome their fans and family and friends that made the trip down I-40 to take the game in person. But thus far, it's been going the way of the Irish, with Father Ryan leading 17-0.
Yes, everything going their way for the Irish. Defense is working well. The offense is clicking, and the crowd is into it.
Two return men back for ECS. Both are potentially dangerous returning that kick. So here's the boot from Hagee from his own 40. This one may reach the end zone. There's no doubt about that one. It's into the end zone for a touchback. So it will be ECS ball 1st and 10 from their own 20 with 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half, and the Irish up 17-0. Tell you, Father Ryan defensively has played to this point about as well as you could have hoped. The only real deep play that ECS got on them was on a special team situation on that fake punt that turned into a nearly 20-yard pass for a first down. So 17-0 Father Ryan, ECS with the ball at their own 20. They're going to spread things out. 3 receivers to the far side with distance between all 3, and then 1 to the near side. Westbrook will take the shotgun snap. He's throwing quickly to the far side. It's complete. Bray finally makes the tackle, but not before a first down. And that's going to move the chains for ECS.
That reception was by Dawson Williams, bringing a first down for ECS.
So the clock will restart when they have the chains officially set with 3 minutes, 22 seconds to go here in the first half. Father Ryan leads 17-0, but ECS on the move. 1st and 10, another quick throw from Westbrook, falls incomplete. Looking again for Williams, the very dangerous Dawson Williams, in a slot-type position. On that last play where they got the first down, that's a play that I saw a couple of times on their tape as far as putting 3 receivers out there in almost a modified screen-type situation, trying to get the ball into the hands of Williams outside the tackles, which in the past has been a problem for Father Ryan defensively, but they've made some adjustments, and clearly able to sniff that one, at least on that play. So 2nd and 10 ECS. 3:15 to go first half. Westbrook, he's going to run with it, trying to make people miss. Butte chasing, not enough to get him. He's near midfield to the 50. Finally wrangled down to the ground in Father Ryan territory, but that's a first down for the Eagles. Selling ECS on the move. Marcel Fogg might have been in there on the stop for the Irish, but not before the damage was done. So 1st and 10 for ECS at the Father Ryan 46-yard line. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. The shotgun play, a handoff to the far side, and it'll go for maybe 3, possibly 4 yards on the carry. Cameron Rosenberger once again on the rush for the Eagles.
Jalen Harrod comes on the field for the Irish, and looks as if that Patrick Beacom comes off now.
Harrod, just a freshman. He's gotten some playing time. His mom and I were the same graduating class at Father Ryan, class of 95. So 2nd and 7, 2.5 minutes to go here in the first half. The shotgun snap bobbled for a second. The throw batted, will fall incomplete.
And it looked to be batted there by, if I got this right, Jack Butte.
That would be the second one for him if it was either him or John Hayes. Looking downfield and looked too soon because the ball didn't make it there.
Correct.
Peripherally saw that one of the Irish big guys there on that defensive line made the play. So Hayes comes to the sidelines for the Irish on 3rd and 7. 2 minutes, 26 seconds to go first half. Father Ryan leads ECS 17-0. ECS with the ball at the Father Ryan 42. With a man in motion, here's Westbrook rolling to the near side. Strong arm, but did he catch it?
Nope.
Incomplete. I was about to say it went out of bounds, but I thought, well, maybe he brought it in. Obstructed view. Jacob Epperson attempted to bring it in there, the sophomore. Another sophomore for this ECS team. They've got some young talent there, I tell you. I mean, so does Father Ryan, don't get me wrong, but ECS also has a very talented quarterback, so even though it is a 17-0 lead for the Irish, as long as he's out there, he gives the Eagles a chance. So on 4th and, the scoreboard says 4th and 7, maybe more than like a 4th and a long 6. This could be a pooch punt. This could be them going for it here, down by 3 scores. Late in the first half, Father Ryan moves to the neutral zone. They throw a flag, which is interesting because I didn't see anybody flinch on that front line for ECS, but that's also me seeing it from up here versus the referees right down there on the field. So it goes from 4th and 7 to 4th and 2, and that might change what the Eagles do here.
Correct. It is a very short 4th and 2, and I could see, at least from this point, that a Father Ryan player did seem to have an encroachment call against him.
The encroachment was there, but he got back. The question was, did the player move? It doesn't matter. 4th and 2, looks like Westbrook. Was it Westbrook that kept him himself there?
Yes.
They moved very quickly. It'll be enough for a first down. So the Eagles converting for the second time in this game on a 4th down, and that will give them a new set of downs with 2:18 and counting to go here in the first half. Only one timeout for both teams. The Irish up 17-0. So here's Westbrook standing at the Father Ryan 40-yard line in the shotgun. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Looking, throws deep, but way too far. Got a lot of mustard on that one. A late flag comes in. It seemed to be unrelated to the actual play. It was not interference there. It was uncatchable anyway. And both teams have had personal fouls called against them twice. And the way that they're walking, it appears this one might be against the Irish.
On the quarterback pressure there, Jalen Harrod was there.
So it's a penalty against Father Ryan. So they will say pass interference. I was waiting to hear from the public address announcer what the actual call was. Didn't seem like any sort of thing warranting a penalty from a personal foul standpoint that I could see. The ball was uncatchable, but nonetheless, they're going to say defensive pass interference and disregard what I have to say. So ECS now has the ball at the Father Ryan 20. 1st and 10, 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Pass complete and brought down for maybe a 2-yard gain. Good stop on the play right there by Anthony Wright, another freshman, just like Harrod. Another freshman in there making things happen. Good reception, Reed Halford for ECS. Minute 45 and counting. So it'll be a 2nd and 2 situation. Ball at the Father Ryan 11. The Irish lead by 17. ECS trying to strike, get something on the scoreboard before halftime. Out of the shotgun, Westbrook, he's looking downfield, caught by Williams complete on one of those bubble screens, but a great job by the Father Ryan defense to swarm and bring him down. It appears to be about a yard shy of that first down. Indeed, he did not get enough. If they move it, to be at most a half yard, it appears, from the way it's spotted. The clock keeps ticking. They can't afford to burn a timeout here because they don't have any left, they being ECS. So it'll be third and a long one. Be a handoff, and looks like enough for a first down from the way it's spotted. They moved very quickly on that one.
And it does seem to be given. Or yes.
So they're going to move the chains. There was another run by Rosenberger. Cameron Rosenberger gets the first down for the Eagles. 1 minute, 1 second to go. Time not as much of a factor now because it's first and goal from the 10. ECS cannot get a first down, at least in the traditional sense. So Westbrook keeps it out of the shotgun, and he's going to be thrown down. And the clock continues to run. Tough choice now for ECS. Do you rush back to the line? Do you waste your last timeout or burn it? Maybe they don't see it as wasting it, so they're going to burn it.
And Anthony Wright and Austin Crow were there on the takedown.
So a lot of players to this Father Ryan defense. They rotate some younger players, some fresh legs off the side. So a great job there by Father Ryan's defense, collapsing on Westbrook. He has such a powerful arm, and he throws it so quick, it can be frustrating trying to chase him down, I'm sure. But on that play, no doing for ECS. And really, although they only had one timeout left, that was the proper call in my estimation. You don't want to rush to the line and spike it, then you're looking at third and long. And if you let the clock just continue to run, you can end up finding yourself in a tough spot. So Father Ryan defensively now, looking at a second and goal for ECS from the Father Ryan 13. A reminder, we'll have an extended halftime for you. This being homecoming here at Father Ryan. Bring you as much of that as we can. Also behind the Crest with a halftime update for you. But we still have 47.4 seconds to go here in the first half. Father Ryan leads ECS 17-0. Second goal from the 13. The Eagles with 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Dual running backs on either hip of Westbrook, the quarterback, in the shotgun. There's a snap. It looks like a keeper. It's going to be to the 10. He'll have it down to the 8, maybe 7-yard line. Looking at an option play. He chose to keep it himself. They can't stop the clock. It continues to run. They're going to spot it. It appears to be at the 8-yard line. So third and goal from the 8. 30 seconds to go in the first half. Father Ryan leads 17-0. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Westbrook's going to roll to the near side. He's getting chased. Takes one to the breadbasket as he throws it. And a late flag. They're going to call roughing the passer, and that's going to give ECS a fresh set of downs.
On the pressure there, though, was George Hooker for the Irish.
George Hooker is one of the 2 leading tacklers from the team last season. Certainly a threat for them there, but they're going to say what, at least from my vantage point, appeared to have been a clean hit, but they do want to do what they can to protect the quarterback, it seems like, at every level of the game. So indeed, roughing the passer is the call on a bang-bang play where the ball was thrown as he was hit. So ECS gets the call on that one. That's going to set up first and goal from the 4. But remember, no timeouts for the Eagles. 19 seconds to go here in the first half. Kind of limits what you can do. If you run the ball and don't get in, that could be a recipe for disaster.
For the Eagles.
So the Eagles are going to still spread it out wider than you might think in this situation. A trio bunched up of receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side. On this first and goal from the 4th, Westbrook's getting pressured, and he's going to be brought back and thrown to the turf for a sack. Jackson Bird, the clock continues to run. They don't have any timeouts. 10 seconds, 9 and counting. Can they get set up for a field goal in time? 5 seconds. 5 seconds. They can't stop the clock here. 1 second. Can they get the snap off in time? No,
nope,
they don't. It reaches 0-0. So ECS unable to get a field goal attempt off. Father Ryan's defense making it happen. So at halftime, the Irish go to the locker room, momentum and the lead, up 17-0. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to let you have a chance to take in the sights and sounds of halftime here and everything we have set up. And we'll be back a little later.
we see another side of heritage as we welcome back to the field a group of women who added elegance and style to past homecoming nights. Our homecoming queens from the year's reunion classes of the Golden Grad years, along with a special guest. What does being a homecoming queen mean? Listen to the words of Terry Rice Lindsay of the class of 1972. Homecoming queen in 1971. Terry wasn't able to join us tonight, but she shared with us the moment that meant most to her as a Father Ryan student to be a homecoming. A memorable and beautiful homecoming queen, Miss Patsy Crimson Wilson Hibbett from St. Bernard, born in 1948. She is proudly escorted by her grandson and Father Ryan senior, Ethan Wilson, and great-granddaughter, Jane Meyer, class of 2018. Welcome back to Father Ryan, ladies. We are pleased to welcome back to the field the Father Ryan alum who walked across the field last year and heard her name called out as homecoming queen, and who flew across the country today from the University of San Diego to be a part of the celebration and crown this year's queen. From 2015, Miss Jessica Diaz, class of 2016 and homecoming queen 2015. And finally, please welcome to the field our 50th anniversary homecoming queen. When Phyllis Baltz walked across the West High School field in 1966, she did so on the arm of Pat McGee, class of 1967. And according to Pat, Phyllis asked him out on their very first date. Pat's charm, wit, and wisdom matched with Phyllis's beauty and smarts, and they married. So now, walking the homecoming queen across the field, 50 years after the moment, Mr. Pat McGee escorts Miss Phyllis Baltz McGee, St. Bernard Academy, class of 1967. 38 years in Catholic schools in Nashville, our homecoming queen from 1966. We would also like to honor our queens who are not with us any longer. 1960 queen, Miss Ginger Blue Sliney from St. Bernard, who passed away last November. In 1981, queen Candy Hell Page from the class of 1982. We remember them fondly and pray for them always. Let's give all of these lovely and talented homecoming queens a round of applause. Your presence tonight continues to enhance our memories of so many homecoming celebrations. And now, it's our pleasure to introduce the 2016 Father Ryan Homecoming Crew. Sophomore attendance, Miss Emmy Irwin, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Ryan Irwin, escorted by Mr. Sean Hunter. Miss Bree Tebow, the daughter of Brett and Tina Tebow, escorted by Mr. Jack King. Junior attendants, Miss Abby Avalon, daughter of Frank Avalon and Michelle Avalon, escorted by Mr. Ryan Ragsdale. Miss Emmy Hostover, daughter of Joe Hostover and Don Elspelman, escorted by Mr. Jack McLaughlin. Miss Ashley Wilson, daughter of Mr. Jonathan Wilson and Miss Elizabeth Wilson, escorted by Mr. J.T. Callahan. Miss Izzy Wilson, daughter of Mr. Steve Wilson and Miss Sarah Wilson, escorted by Mr. Holt Haybaker. Senior attendants, Miss Emma Ricardo, daughter of Ray and Mary Beth Ricardo, escorted by Mr. Daniel Hayes. Miss Aubrey Britt, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Joseph Britt, escorted by Mr. Connor Fay. Miss Sydney Davis, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Thomas Davis, escorted by Mr. Clinton Green. Miss Grayson Fletcher, daughter of Grant Fletcher and Carla Fletcher, escorted by Mr. Grayson Cobble. Miss Sarah Sidelecki, daughter of John and Tammy Sidelecki, escorted by Mr. John Arbrister. Miss Christine Warwick, daughter of Mark and Joan Warwick, escorted by Mr. Matt Faulkner. We are proud to introduce the 2016 and 17 student body officers and senior class officers. President, Nick Belani. Vice President, Sarah Sidelecki. Secretary, Emma Ricardo. Treasurer, Charlie Martyr. Senior class officers, President Thomas Levy. Vice President Elias Mason. Secretary Gabby Olumba. Treasurer Nick Carvalho. And now, your 2016 homecoming queen is Miss Grayson Fletcher. Congratulations to Grayson, and thank you to the entire homecoming court. We would like to thank Jessica Diaz for traveling so far to be with us tonight. And a special thank you to Miss Mary Alice McWaters and Miss Paula Harris for the organization of these homecoming events. And now, please turn your attention to the field as we welcome the 2016 Father Ryan Marching Band. The band has established itself as one of the premier programs in the nation with their innovative and exciting performances. Last year, the band was named a national semifinalist at the Bands of America Pre-National Championship. The winner guard finished 6th in the world, and the winner winds finished 3rd in the world at the WGI World Championships. They are fan favorites on the local, regional, and national level. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the Father Ryan Marching Band under the direction of Jeff, Derek, and Dustin Sexer, and Jeremy Fry. Saturday and enjoy the performance of the 2016-17 Father Ryan Dancers. The Dancers will be competing in the TWSOA competition in the hip hop and jazz division in November. Tonight, they will be performing a routine to Chief Thrills. Give it up for the Father Ryan Dancers. Father Ryan is proud to welcome the students, family, and faculty and staff from St. Edward School. St. Edward started in 1952 and the principal is Dr. Marshall Warden. Welcome to the Saints of St. Edward's. shrugged up 9-4 grades as they vie for a top spot. Congratulations to the junior class for taking home first place. Way to go, Irish. A warm welcome to the students, family, and faculty and staff of St. Rose of Lima Catholic School, which opened its doors 63 years ago. Sister Mary Patrick is their principal. Welcome to the Sky.
Welcome back to Giacosa Stadium. As we approach the start of the second half of this game, Father Ryan leads Evangelical Christian 17-0 here in South Nashville. Lou Pickney and Austin Wright with you here on the call. And Austin, a first half for Father Ryan that went about as well as the Irish could have hoped.
Definitely, on both sides of the ball. Jay Shoup was passing, running, and catching all in the same half. Jackson Bird showing up well. Elton Quimby and him were running well on the offense.
Before we get started in the second half, a few scores of interest from around Division II AA. Father Ryan's one of 7 teams in there. Brentwood Academy up 21-0 at the half on Baylor. Baylor unbeaten on the year, but trailing by 3 touchdowns to BA. MBA, a team they'll be playing here 1 week from tonight, they lead McCauley 28-7. And that's a good McCauley team, 3-1, and they're down also by 21 at the half at NBA. So the teams from Chattanooga having some trouble here in Nashville in the first half. Also Innsworth 14-0. They lead Pope John Paul II at the half in West Nashville. And Spring Hill, the team that is going to be on the docket in a few weeks for the Irish, they lead Tullahoma 19-14 at the half. So Father Ryan now getting its kickoff team onto the field after the Irish received the first half kickoff when ECS deferred. That puts the Eagles in position to return to start things off here in the second half. Dawson Williams, number 4, the really speedy receiver and kick returners out there. Also Reed Halford, number 4 and number 9 respectively. We have the whistle, and our second half will start here as Anthony Hagee will kick it off from the Father Ryan 40-yard line. Gets a leg into it. Spinning kick toward the end zone. Getting close to the goal line, not quite. He's going to field it from the 15 to the 20. Williams has a hold to the 30 to the 35. Finally brought down. Wyatt Rector, good stop at the 40-yard line. Williams so dangerous every time he touches the ball, Austin.
Very much so. He has proven effective for ECS tonight as well. But even so, the Irish defense has held strong with no points for ECS.
Eagles got it very close to that Father Ryan end zone near the end of the first half, but a sack by Jackson Bird put the ECS Eagles in position where they were unable to kick a field goal before time ran out. So 1st and 10, ball at the 41-yard line. ECS, it's a pitch that go nowhere fast, maybe a back to the line of scrimmage at best for Cameron Rosenberger.
Taken down there by number 19, George Hooker.
So Hooker from the linebacker position. Father Ryan running that 3-4 set. They're going to spot the ball just inside the ECS 40, so a 1-yard loss on the carry, 2nd and 11 for the Eagles. The Irish up by 17 points, 11 minutes, 25 seconds to go here in the third quarter. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side. Shotgun snap, fakes the handoff, looking downfield. Nobody open. He's going to try and make something happen with his legs. Chased by Irish defenders and finally forced out of bounds into Irish territory. It's enough for a first down to move the chains. Keegan Westbrook, the 6'2", 200-pound senior. He's got a rocket arm, but when he decides to pull it down and run with it, he can be dangerous as well. They'll spot it at the Father Ryan 43-yard line. 1st and 10 Eagles. 11:08 to go, second half. Irish up by 17. Trips receivers to the far side. They've thrown a couple times that way in a receiver screen type situation. Instead, it's a slant pass that falls incomplete. The ball was there. It was a good throw by Westbrook, perhaps a little bit low, but unable to bring it in. Jacob Epperson had it bounce off of his body. So 2nd and 10 now for ECS. They haven't even started the play clock yet. You hear the whistle, and now it begins. Which gives ECS a chance to survey the situation a bit, as they've done for just about this entire game here. Working out of the shotgun. And a 4-receiver look once again, 2 on either side. Father Ryan shows a possible blitz from the outside linebacker spot. They do. It's a fumble. The ball hits the turf. It's picked up. Jack Boutte to the 40, to the 30, to the 25-20, 15-10, 5. Touchdown, Irish.
Great play there.
So
What
about
a score by Jack Boutte.
about as good of a start as you could hope for Father Ryan to start the second half.
Yes, sir.
Westbrook had trouble with handling that shotgun snap. For the most part, it had been there today for him, but not on that play. Heads up move by Boutte, one of the few Irish players in there to pick it up, rumbling all the way down the field. There's a flag on the field at the 11-yard line. I couldn't imagine what that was for. Well,
It does seem that they are picking it up.
Well, there are 2 flags. Ref stuffed one in his pocket.
Oh.
Touchdown is good, as the referee notes. It appears after the play, penalty against ECS.
Personal foul.
Indeed, it is a personal foul against ECS. This game has been marred, unfortunately, with penalties against both teams of the personal foul nature. So, Father Ryan leading 23-0 with an extra point pending here, as the defense put some points on the board here to start things off in the second half.
And just to reiterate, the Irish are imposing their will here on every phase of the ball against the ECS Eagles.
The extra point is up. The extra point by Hagee is good. So with 10 minutes and 52 seconds to go here in the third quarter, Father Ryan leads 24-0. And so the Irish have the momentum here, pleasing the fans that have packed this stadium here on homecoming. Still a lot of time left, though. The second half just underway. But the Irish managed to carry over the momentum that they brought into the first half locker room. Out with them here to start the third quarter as they made a statement. They gave a pretty long kickoff return, but then the defense making things happen after Westbrook had run for a first down previously. So after the personal foul, Father Ryan will be kicking off from the 45-yard line of ECS. It almost feels like what they're trying to do with kickoffs in NFL and college football, with them ridiculously close to limit returns. Now the referee handling the ball just made a motion as if it was, I guess he's indicating that it was from the, he made the personal foul type motion, but I guess that was indicating what happened after the touchdown by the Irish. So Hagee will kick off with Father Ryan leading 24-0 from the ECS 45-yard line. My guess is he's going to boot that one as far as he can out of the back of the end zone. We'll find out. And indeed, that's what he does from that strong leg. Split the uprights. You don't need points for that. It's not arena football. It's not Canada. 10:52 to go here in the third quarter. Father Ryan leading 24-0. It'll be ECS ball at their own 20, 1st and 10. Give a lot of credit to this Father Ryan defensive unit, not only for that last touchdown they just scored, but they've been where they needed to be defensively, both from bringing pressure and providing coverage downfield. So they're split out wide with 4 wide receivers, they being the Eagles. Westbrook in the shotgun will take the snap, gets hit almost immediately, somehow throws it, and it's a completion at the 22-yard line. Sumner Darlington on the reception. A few Irish defenders there to limit him to a 2-yard gain. Lost his helmet, and Byroll's got to leave for a play. So he'll leave the field. Williams, or check that, it's going to be number 6, Logan Saunders in for ECS.
And on that play, Elton Quimby was there for the stop.
Quimby has been playing man-up cornerback coverage here on the near side. Again, 4 receivers, 3 to the far side here for the Eagles on 2nd and 7. Ball falls incomplete, a batted pass. The Father Ryan defense is bringing the pressure. Started to see that as the game wore on in the first half. Starting to get some penetration into the backfield. And as talented as Keegan Westbrook is at quarterback, you got somebody right in your face, there's not much you can do. So Father Ryan defensively looking at a 3rd and 7. Eagles have to get the ball to the 30-yard line, their own 30, to get a first down. 2 receivers on either side. Westbrook's getting pressured. Boutte brings the heat late. And the pass is caught by Williams at the 40-yard line. First down.
Incredible catch by Williams as he caught it while diving to the ground.
He might have knocked the wind out of himself.
He does seem to be struggling to get up.
The way he caught it right in the breadbasket and rolling over. So he's going to get a breather over on the sidelines. That's what I was talking about with Westbrook's arm. You cannot count this ECS team out. This Eagles team, they have potential on offense. And they're going to try and press their will here on 1st and 10 at their own 40. Father Ryan leads 24-0. 10 minutes, 14 seconds to go in the third. Another bad snap. Westbrook just jumps on the ball as it's bouncing around on the turf. It'll remain Eagles ball at their own 29, but a loss of what appears to be 11. It'll depend on the spot.
These
So
miscues and turnovers here by ECS are proving to be very, very good for the Irish, giving them much better position, and on the last score, a fumble return.
So it's going to be 2nd and 20 for ECS from their own 30-yard line. Out of the shotgun, rolling to the near side. That's not Westbrook in the game. That's his backup. As Westbrook takes a breather over on the sidelines, and
Joseph Welch.
so Welch on the carry. A good stop there by Quimby.
And he seems to have been roughed up on the play now.
Well, Welch in for one play, and now he's heading back to the sidelines. A little bit of a limp. So 3rd and 15. The play clock begins. 9 minutes and 6 seconds to go in the third quarter. Father Ryan leads 24-0. So 3rd and 15 for Westbrook, standing at his own 30. Father Ryan brings 5 in pressure. He's going to scramble forward, had a hole, slipped away from one defender, slipped away from a second one, and manages to will his way to the first down beyond midfield to the Father Ryan 49-yard line. A good play by Westbrook.
Good way for Westbrook to come back into the game that way, getting them a first down for the Eagles.
It's kind of strange.
Now Irish will have to keep an eye on him now as the game progresses.
Well, he was out for one play after that. They had that problem with the shotgun snap. 1st and 10 ECS, ball at the Father Ryan 49-yard line. Irish lead by 24. It's a sweep to the far side. Can he get to the corner? He'll get maybe 2, possibly 3 yards on the carry. That being Reed Halford. Stopped by Jay Linton for Father Ryan. So 1st and 10 becomes 2nd and 7 now, as they'll spot the ball at the Father Ryan 46-yard line. Father Ryan leads 24-0. 8 minutes, 32 seconds to go, third quarter. So on 2nd and 7, out of the shotgun, Westbrook is flush from the pocket, getting pressured, about to get brought down. No, he throws it at the last second. Great arm strength. Threw the ball almost simultaneously. It's Mitchell Bray, hot on his heels. But that ball falls incomplete. And it will be 3rd and 7 ECS, ball at the Father Ryan 46-yard line.
And although ECS has moved the ball here, Father Ryan is proving to be the better team here on defense, keeping them from having big plays such as that getting away from them.
Eagles have caused some problems for themselves as well with the snap issues. But 3rd and 7 now, ball At the 46, they have to get it to the 39-yard line of Father Ryan to get a first down. So out of the shotgun with 4 receivers. He's going to go deep with it. Receiver is there. Williams makes the catch and drops it. In and out of the hands of the sophomore, Dawson Williams. The speedster had it. It looked like it was going to be the first points of the game for ECS. But instead it drops to the turf, and that brings up 4th and 7. But when you've got a quarterback with an arm like Westbrook has and a guy with the speed like Williams has, he's a threat on any play. But
They are a potent combination there.
so this looks like a possible, then I'm going to try and fake well, this could be a pooch punt. We'll see. It's a 24-0 game. 4th and 7. Whistles blow.
And
So the Irish call timeout. So on 4th and 7, 8 minutes, 16 seconds to go in the third quarter. Father Ryan leading 24-0. And they're going to talk things over to make sure they've got all their bases covered. It could either be a punting situation or ECS trying to go for it here as the time more and more moves in the advantage of the Irish with that big lead. Be a good time to mention upcoming schedule for the Irish. The third game of this homestand, if you will, 1 week from tonight against NBA. Hopefully the Father Ryan Irish will have a chance to end a losing streak to NBA that dates back to the 1997 state championship game. Maybe this is the year. We can hope, Irish fans. Then it's a bye. I'm going to go see the Counting Crows. One Friday night I've got off this entire season, so I'm going to enjoy it. Then, October 7th, we head to Spring Hill. We'll have that game for you here, as we'll have all of our games. Then on October 14th, at Brentwood Academy. Then home for Innsworth, and ending the regular season on the 28th of October at Baylor down in Chattanooga. So 4th and 7, 8 minutes, 16 seconds to go, third quarter. Father Ryan leads 24-0.
And referring back to the schedule, that is quite the schedule coming up for the Irish. Tough teams they're going to face in the future.
Well, indeed, it's a punting situation here. They end up opting for the punt from Westbrook. It's going to go out of bounds near the 20. It will depend on where the referees rule it going out, but it'd be in that vicinity. They're walking it back a bit further than I would have thought. Now you have officials at midfield conferring. Running into the kicker against Father Ryan. That's a 5-yard penalty, not an automatic first down. And that would make it 4th and 2. And with ECS leading, or trailing, I should say, 24-0, the Eagles may opt to go for it. This is the second time in this game it's been 4th and 7, and a penalty against the Irish has moved it 5 yards in the wrong direction from Father Ryan's perspective. So 4th and... They, in fact, will move it forward to the 41-yard line. So 4th and 2. And it appears that ECS is going to go for it here. I can't say I blame them with the score being 24-0 Father Ryan.
Agreed.
That marker is right at the 39-yard line. They have to reach that point to get a first down. A bunch formation under center. It's Westbrook. He's going to keep it himself and get a first down past the 35 to the 34-yard line of Father Ryan. So Westbrook, who lost his helmet on the play, has to go out for a play. Gets the first down, moves the chains. And that's going to mean temporary switch up, at least for one play, for ECS at the quarterback position as they wind the play clock. 8 minutes, 2 seconds and counting to go third quarter. Father Ryan leads Evangelical Christian 24-0, but ECS with the ball. They've driven it down to the Father Ryan 34-yard line, and they're looking at 1st and 10. So the shotgun turns into a wildcat type situation. Is kept, and it'll be close to the first down. Sumner Darlington in at the wildcat position. They may have to measure a quick timeout for Father Ryan as
Player is shaken up.
this could be
Seems to be
cramp
Elton
starting to set up.
Quimby.
We were talking at halftime. Yes, it is Elton Quimby, who's played a lot tonight.
Yes.
It is hot one out there. The halftime temperature was 76 degrees. It was mid-80s at kickoff, mid-90s earlier today. So it has been a warm one. Very important to stay hydrated. So with Quimby out, it's going to be 2nd and short for ECS ball at the Father Ryan 25. Westbrook's going to keep it and pitch it to the near side. Father Ryan all over it, and 2 defenders for the Irish bring him down for a loss.
Austin Crow there on the stop.
It was Cameron Rosenberger on the carry. He's been their main running back for the Eagles, but Father Ryan's defense very strong there. in that typical running type situation. See Quimby on the sidelines being stretched out a bit, as you would expect somebody who is suffering from cramps to be doing. 7 minutes to go third quarter. Irish up by 24. 3rd and 4 ECS ball at the Father Ryan 28-yard line. Westbrook looks it over in the shotgun, fakes the handoff, looking downfield, nobody open, starting to get pressured, rolling to the near side, tries to buy some time, throws it down the field, a bullet, and the ball is knocked loose. Good job defensively for Father Ryan to try and get a view on the number of the player that went in there and waylaid him. It was Aaron Isabel. So Isabel, that ball was a completion that Isabel knocked free, popped it out. So incomplete, and it's going to be 4th and 4 for ECS. Ball spotted at the Father Ryan 28-yard line. Irish leading 24-0, 6:44 to go third quarter. And ECS is going to go for it here, as you would anticipate. 4 receivers, 2 bunched up on the near side. Westbrook under pressure, slips 1 tackle. We're going to throw it down the field too high, though, over the head of Williams. Looks to the official, no flags, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. So Father Ryan's defense gets it done once again. And it's going to be Irish ball at their own 28-yard line.
Another great pressure there by Father Ryan. They are getting a very good penetration on the defensive line to the quarterback to pressure Westbrook. And it is proving very effective.
The challenge is if you bring the heat on somebody like Westbrook and he's got a quick slant, a quick throw planned, it can be potentially disastrous. But that's where defensively you got to trust your secondary. You got to trust your defense to bring the pressure. So Father Ryan up by 24 is going to show 4 wide receivers, 3 to the far side. Shoop looks for instruction to the near side. Will move his running back to the other hip. And it's going to be a handoff. Not much room there at all. Going to go down for a 2, maybe 3-yard loss. Montrell McKnight on the carry. It's the first time in a few games he's had a chance to tote the pigskin. Not much there for him, though. They're going to say no gain, 2nd and 10. 6 minutes, 15 seconds to go third quarter. Father Ryan 24, Evangelical Christian 0, and the Irish with the ball.
And back onto the field are Patrick Beacom and Mitchell Bray.
So with 2 receivers to the near side and 2 running backs in front of him, out of the shotgun at Shoop. He'll roll to the near side. Likes his look. Oh, incomplete. Through the hands of Aaron Isabel. Isabel, as we noted earlier, had that very strong end of the first half at Macaulay a few weeks back. He was the go-to guy, but unable to bring it on that one. And it's going to be 3rd and 10 now for Father Ryan. See Seamus O'Connell coming into the game. Also Sage Warren. Patrick Beacom over to the sidelines. Ditto for Wyatt Rector. Father Ryan rotating in skill position players. And they're going to go 4 wide receivers on this 3rd and 10. 3 to the near side. Shoop looks near side. Faces some pressure. He's going to keep it himself, rolling, buying time. He might want to throw it away, but it's too late. He'll be sacked. So a good job defensively by ECS, both by coverage and then ultimately by chasing down Shoop. And that's going to set up a 4th and long for the Irish in a punting situation. But the clock continues to run. 5 minutes, 30 seconds to go third quarter. Father Ryan leads 24-0 over the Eagles of Evangelical Christian. ECS with 2 returners deep. Hagee gets the punt away. The spiral is going to be called a fair catch and made at the ECS 41-yard line. Dawson Williams brings it in. And so it'll be ECS ball after the punt and after the change of possession. But with 5:13 to go in the third quarter, Father Ryan leading 24-0. One of these battles of attrition, if you will, or defensive struggles works to the advantage of Father Ryan, because the more time runs off the clock, the more that 24-point lead becomes stronger and stronger. So here comes ECS. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the near side. A little bit bobble on that snap. Reception out of the shotgun by Westbrook. A flag comes in. Are they going to give another roughing the passer penalty to Father Ryan? I was looking downfield to the pass. When you're watching 22 players at once, there's only so much you can take in.
Very true.
But
the officials do have the call, and that they do signal roughing the passer.
So roughing the passer called against Father Ryan for the 2nd time in this game. So not what the Irish wanted there on that play defensively. And that's going to move the ball into their own territory for ECS. The Eagles with it 1st and 10 at the Ryan 44-yard line. 5:07 to go third quarter.
And again, penalties are beginning to prove, or also proving again that they are being big factors here in the game.
So 1st and 10 ECS, ball at the Father Ryan 44. Westbrook out of the shotgun. This pressure from the outside linebackers. He steps up out of it, looks downfield. He's going to be spun around. What a great balance he has. He finally gets a 2-yard gain out of what looked like it was going to be a quarterback sack. Mitchell Bray was right there. But Westbrook, give the guy credit. He's listed at 6'2", 200 pounds. He has a cannon arm and apparently the legs to keep himself upright as well. Managed to make something out of nothing there. But the pressure by Father Ryan prevented the pass, and the clock continues to run, which is to the advantage of the Irish. 4:35 to go third quarter. Father Ryan 24, ECS 0. And we're looking at 2nd and 8 from the Irish 42. There's Westbrook. He's going to look to throw quick. That's a fake. He's going to keep it himself. Stepping through the pressure, running with it. He won't make the first down marker. It'll be close. They're going to spot the ball at the Father Ryan 36-yard line, maybe 35 and a half. That's going to be about 1.5 yards short.
The tackle there was by number 22, Jackson Bird.
Bird making things happen again. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 for the Eagles at the Father Ryan 36-yard line. Less than 4 minutes to go third quarter. Irish up by 24 points. But ECS with the ball, trying to get something on the board for the first time in this game. Westbrook, a high snap, has trouble with it, and Father Ryan completely pounces on him. The defense swarmed him. It's like something on a Tecmo Super Bowl and you pick their play. I know that game's a little bit before your time, but I promise you it looked just like it. So you're looking now at a 4th and we'll see where they spot it. They're going to spot it at the 37-yard line, so it will be what they're going to call a 4th and they're saying 4th and 5, really more like 4th and a long 4. ECS has to get the ball to the Father Ryan 37-yard. Well, that's I checked that. It'd be the 34-yard line. They would have to get past. So another 4th down here for ECS. Eagles look to the sidelines. 15 seconds on the play clock. Approaching 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Father Ryan leading 24-0. It's a long snap. Westbrook. Beautiful throw down the field, but it fell short of the intended receiver. I don't know if Reed Halford was supposed to come back for it or what happened there. The ball just went lower than expected. And so that ends up being waited to say, make sure it wasn't a flag on the field or something. So that's going to be a turnover on downs. Good job, Father Ryan defense.
Holding strong again.
And with a 24-point lead, the offense gets the ball at the Father Ryan 38-yard line. One tick under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter. This, Austin, is where I would expect to see Father Ryan's offense go strong with a running game.
Agreed. Use the running game to chew up the clock and keep the ball moving down toward the Irish end zone.
I think that Clarksville Northeast game, they ran the ball 13 times in a row.
That's right.
And then it being the backbreaker in that one. But the Irish with the 24-point lead, the luxury to do what they want here. They bunched up set out of the shotgun. It's going to be a handoff to Bird. Does a spin move to make a defender miss. Makes a second defender miss. Makes a cut back to the far side. Switches the ball to the right arm as he goes down to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, forced out of bounds. What a run by Jackson Bird. That's why you have a commitment to the run, Austin. That's why you stay with the run, because eventually the defensive team gets tired. Those defenders get tired of chasing your guys around. Maybe something like Bird that makes people miss at such a great change of direction. That gets you a first down and moves the ball now into the red zone.
And an impressive run by Jackson Bird. He and other players are playing multiple positions on offense and defense, and they are all proving to be very effective.
1st and 10 for the Irish. They're going to hand it back off to Bird as he gets spun around but keeps moving forward close to the 10-yard line. Maybe a gain of 4 there.
And Jackson Bird has had many carries today and many tackles today. He is racking up the stats.
Yeah, but he's coming out. And indeed, he will come to the sidelines to be spelled by Elton Quimby, number 21, as Shoup looks to the sidelines. Father Ryan has an up-tempo offense. If they chose to slow things down a bit to work the clock, they could do that. But with the momentum and with the ball being moved, there's a chance to add even more points. So 2nd and 5, they'll say, from the 11-yard line. Shoup out of the shotgun as a handoff to, handoff to Quimby. And
he's met immediately.
Yeah, Drew Walt, listed at 6'1", 200 pounds, with a hard hit, a clean hit. Quimby doing just fine, pops back up. Remember, he was having what appeared to be cramps earlier.
He comes off to the sidelines, and Jackson Bird is back in.
And another switch for the Irish as Nick Crumnauer comes into the game to spell Mitchell Bray. 3rd and 7 for Father Ryan. Ball at the ECS 13-yard line. Minute 35 to go, third quarter. Father Ryan leads ECS 24-0. So it's going to be a keeper for Shoup, who throws complete. And that should be enough for a first down completion by Crumnauer. And the Irish once again are in business. Well, they haven't moved the chains yet. I'm not sure what the holdup is. Or not even, that's just the chains, but the actual... So roughing the passer, what's good for the Geese is good for the Gander. Roughing the passer penalty goes against ECS. So it goes from first and goal from the 4 to first and goal from the 2 for the Irish, already leading 24-0 late in the third quarter.
Great turn of events here by the Irish. A great ground game going on here, and good penalties going almost always to their way.
Well, Father Ryan had those 2 roughing the passer penalties called against them earlier in the game, now one against the Eagles. So now it's I formation with Shoup under center, first and goal from the 2. Bird is the back, furthest back. He's got to plow forward and into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. Jackson Bird punches it in from 2 yards out, and with an extra point pending, that puts Father Ryan up 30-0 with a minute 15 to go here in the third quarter.
Nice setup there for Jackson Bird. Another great player here for Father Ryan, doing multiple things for the Irish to bring them an even bigger lead here against the Eagles.
There from Shoup under center with 2 backs in front of the block. The snap is good. The kick for the extra point by Hagee is up and good. So with a minute 15 to go here in the third quarter, Father Ryan leads ECS 31-0.
Welcome to the students, faculty, staff, and families of Sacred Heart School in Loretto. Sacred Heart was founded in 1872. Miss Tina Neese is their principal.
So Father Ryan will kick off with a minute 15 to go here in the third quarter and a 31-0 lead over Evangelical Christian. Lou Pickney and Austin Wright with you here on the call on a warm, I dare say balmy Friday night here in South Nashville. The cooler temperatures of the autumn season not quite here just yet. It's still summer on the calendar and it still feels like it here, at least tonight. So this packed house here for homecoming. Pleased with what they've seen here through the better part of 3 quarters. Hagee gets that kickoff. It will fall at the 5, maybe the 6-yard line to be fielded. Brought to the near side, past the 20 to the 25, and then finally brought down Halford. They'll get him, it looks like the 26, maybe the 27-yard line. Maybe Ben Smith in there on the stop. And there's a flag, another flag down on the field.
One of the downsides here in the game, many penalties have been thrown out there for the game.
And both teams will have something when they go back and watch this video later to look at for improvement.
Yes.
So it's going to go against ECS. I'd love to tell you what the penalty was, but I didn't see what the, oh, here we go. They're finally going to show us. Illegal hands, or illegal block in the back, I would suggest. So an illegal block to the back by ECS will march them back with the Eagles starting 1st and 10 from their own 17-yard line, down 31-0. So 3 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near. On this 1st and 10, Westbrook fires it down the field, incomplete. Very dangerous pass with Wyatt Rector right there.
Great break up there.
They may have got a hand on it. I couldn't tell for sure, but certainly.
It did seem that he tipped it.
So that sets up 2nd and 10 for the Eagles at their own 17-yard line, down 31-0. 1:04 to go here late in this third quarter. So Rosenberger to the right of Westbrook in the shotgun brings the receiver in motion on the 2nd and 10. It's a handoff, a jet sweep, has a hole, makes the spinning defender miss, and then finally is tackled 25, maybe the 26-yard line right there. So a good job by the Irish Niles Gaddy in there on the stop. And this is where it's helpful, this type of situation, to have defenders you can plug in there to give your guys a rest that have been there in these very hot conditions. So it helps having players like that to be able to put in there. 3rd and 3. So we approach 30 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. Father Ryan leading 31-0. Westbrook for ECS in that shotgun. He throws it down the field, a wobbly high pass. There's a flag down. And perhaps the reason that it went over the head of Williams, that speedster, there may have been an infraction on the Irish. Instead, they're going to say no. They're going to say no penalty on the play, no flag. It'll be waved off. So that will set up a 4th and 3. And ECS down by 31 points and the ball deep in their own territory. It looks like they're going to be content to punt, or at least give the illusion, if nothing else, that they're going to punt. Back for the Irish to return Sage Warren. I mentioned the illusion because that happened earlier in the game. They got a first down out of it. Well, they thought about it. It will be a punt by Westbrook, but it's wobbly, maybe off the side of his foot. Went out of bounds. They're going to say perhaps
40.
The 40-yard line. That's only going to net 16 yards. So Father Ryan will take over at their, I should say the ECS 40-yard line with 16.2 seconds to go here late in this 3rd quarter, and the Irish up 31-0. Cade Pfeiffer into the game at quarterback for the Irish on this 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. We're being thrown down to the turf by Drew Walt. Pfeiffer is a junior. Has had some playing time earlier this season. Also spilled his brother when his brother was here as a senior last year. But that's going to be the last play of the 3rd quarter. So through 3, the Irish have been in control. We head to break. Irish up 31-0. As we start the 4th quarter here at Giacosa Stadium in South Nashville. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Lou Pickney and Austin Wright with you. Father Ryan High School, leading Evangelical Christian School out of Cordova near Memphis, 31-0. So Pfeiffer, first snap of this 4th quarter, is an incomplete pass intended for Isabel, but a low throw that hit the turf will set up a 3rd and 9. So some personnel changes for the Irish. Coming into the game, Nick Miller and Jay Linton on this 3rd and 9. We're looking at 4 wide receiver set with 3 to the near side. Ball spotted on the far side. And Pfeiffer in the shotgun. And a player moved for ECS. Appeared to be another encroachment penalty against the Eagles in this game. So 3rd and 9 will turn into 3rd and 4.
And as we continue the game here, Lou, I would assume that with the Pfeiffer substitution for Shoop, I would think that that substitution was made since we are up 31-0.
I suspect that's the case as well. I mean, there was nothing to give me any indication that Shoup was anything but 100%, or as close to being to 100% in the middle of a high school football game. So 3rd and 4 for the Irish. Pfeiffer rolling to the near side. Ball is tipped. A dangerous throw intended for Sage Warren.
And number 30 for ECS, Andrew Simpson, almost had the pick there.
Simpson,
Very close.
the outside linebacker, got a hand on it enough to deflect it. So now the question is for Father Ryan, looking at 4th and 4 at the ECS 34-yard line. They're going to go for a field goal here.
Wow.
This would be a 51-yard field goal for Hagee if it goes. It's a good snap. Got some leg into it. Not enough juice, though. Falls about 5 yards short by the time it hit the turf. So testing out the leg of Hagee there. 51 yards for anyone on the high school level. I've asked the pros how tough it is. Not the easiest thing in the world. So,
Very true.
So Hagee unable to convert on the long field goal attempt, but the ball will be spotted at the 20-yard line, making a 1st and 10 for ECS at their own 20. So while it was a very long field goal attempt, fact of the matter is it's as good as a punt that went out of the back of the end zone. So 31-0, Father Ryan leading Evangelical Christian. ECS with the ball, 1st and 10 at their own 20. 45 minutes, 45 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Out of the shotgun with 3 receivers to the far side. He throws far side, complete. Spun around and forced out of bounds. A minimal gain, if anything, by Kenton Harville on the reception. I saw Harville looking at video from the past few games. Father Ryan's done a good job of containing him. I know some of you ECS people that are watching our broadcast tonight, thank you for joining us for this. I did my best to do as much homework as I could on your team to give you a fair assessment of what's going on. 2nd and 9, ball at the ECS 21-yard line. Eagles trailing Father Ryan 31-0. Previous play went out of bounds, so the clock not running until now with it snapped. Westbrook's going to heave it up deep. Williams, the long run, is going to fall incomplete. And defensively with him there, step for step, Anthony Wright, the freshman. And Wright with some veteran-like savvy there, making a little bit of contact, just enough to keep some distance, not enough to be interference. So it will be 3rd and 9 for ECS at their own 21-yard line. Father Ryan leading 31-0, 11 minutes, 33 seconds to go in the game.
And to the sidelines was number 70, John Hayes.
So out of the shotgun, 2 receivers to either side. And here's Westbrook. He's getting pressured. Will step up in the pocket. Feels the pressure. Goes to the far side. Evading defenders. Heaves it downfield. Has a receiver open. And it goes through the hands of Sumner Darlington. Might have been just a half step ahead of him. So it could have been a very dangerous play for the Irish. Ends up being an incomplete pass for the Eagles. And now it's 4th and 9 with the ball at their own 21-yard line, down 31-0. So for Father Ryan, if they can maintain this lead and get the victory here tonight, have some momentum, break a 2-game losing streak, some momentum going into the NBA game here 1 week from tonight.
And hopefully so. The Irish have been playing very well on both sides of the ball.
A high punt from Westbrook. It's fielded at the 37-yard line. A couple players miss. Nick Miller on the return, taking a chance there to a degree, but he made it work, and so it'll be Father Ryan ball 1st and 10 as they're going to spot it at the ECS, or at their own, 41-yard line. So 11 minutes, 13 seconds to go in the game. The Irish up 31-0. Trying to get revenge from last year's loss in Cordova. You would expect at this point that they did give Pfeiffer a chance to throw the ball some on that last possession. One would think in this situation you might see them go to the running game a bit. Antonio Wright, another freshman in. He's at running back on the left hip of Pfeiffer. 1 receiver to either side. It'll be a handoff to Wright. Cuts back, makes 2 defenders miss. Finally takes 3 guys to bring him down at the 45-yard line. So it's
run by Antonio Wright.
Yeah. Because Antonio Wright is number 10. Anthony Wright is number 15. They're both freshmen. They're both explosive players that have quite a bit of promise long-term for this Father Ryan team. 2nd and 6, ball at the Father Ryan 45-yard line. The Irish up 31-0. 10 minutes, 43 seconds in counting here in this fourth quarter. And you notice the pace has slowed just a bit for Father Ryan, taking their time getting to the line. No need to rush things. And that was a 31-point lead. So with 7 seconds on the play clock, it snapped. Another handoff to Wright. Wright cutting forward. And he will have enough for a Father Ryan first down. Antonio Wright making things happen, toting the ball across midfield and into Eagles territory. So several different players for Father Ryan getting a chance to touch the ball tonight, whether carrying it or receiving it.
Yes, and as well with Antonio Wright and Cade Pfeiffer, they are getting these touches just to give them a little bit of game experience to get them ready.
Handoff to Montrell McKnight. His second carry of the game will get the Irish to the 41-yard line, maybe the 40 and a half. A 7-yard gain for McKnight, which will set up a 2nd down and 3 for the Irish. 9 minutes, 47 seconds to go in the game. Father Ryan leading Evangelical Christian 31-0. And so Father Ryan working down the clock, playing some smart football here on this 2nd and 3. Another run for McKnight, knifing his way forward as the pile gets pushed to the 35 to the 34-yard line, and that will be enough for a Father Ryan first down. So with 9:20 to go in the game, they will stop the clock temporarily to move the chains. So McKnight comes to the sidelines after a pair of runs that got the Irish a first down.
And as the game progresses, I would like to say that Coach Rector has done a great job of implementing his new system, the hurry up, and getting these players a great opportunity like Cade Pfeiffer and Antonio Wright and so on to get them game experience and getting them ready for whatever may come.
Another run, this time David Russell on the carry for Father Ryan, the 6'1", 197-pound sophomore. At least as far as I've seen, this is his first carry of the season. It's a good one, moving the chains for the Irish. And for the backups, they have an opportunity, and the younger guys an opportunity to get in there in real time to show what they can do. It's a nice reward. You do as much sprinting and training as everybody else, but not necessarily as much playing time. So when you get in there, I assure you, it's appreciated. There's another run for Father Ryan. Past the 20, get into the red zone. And David Russell once again moving the ball for the Irish. And wholesale changes, a new crew, 7-8 guys in there for Father Ryan. So 2nd down and 5. Ball is at the ECS 19-yard line. Father Ryan 31, Evangelical Christian 0. 8 minutes, 31 seconds to go in the game. Evan Ruwer's coming into the game for the Irish. Two receivers to the near side, one to the far on this 2nd and 5. And that's a handoff. Spinning close to the first down marker, Antonio Wright.
Another good carry by him.
So the Irish cycling in fresh running backs, able to not only chew the clock, but also move the chains. So it's going to be 1st and 10, Father Ryan, ball at the ECS 12-yard line. 8 minutes, 17 seconds and counting to go in the game. And the Irish up by 31. So here's Pfeiffer in the shotgun. 5 on the play clock. That's another run. 2 yards maybe at most by Antonio Wright. So the freshman on the carry may depend on the spot. Maybe a yard there. A little more difficult to spread out the defense when you reach the red zone. So 2nd and 9 now for the Irish. Under 8 minutes to go in the game. And Father Ryan leading by 31 points.
And overall, a good game here by the Irish. Moving the ball effectively, running it well, passing it well, and the defense has had a solid game of keeping ECS with no points.
Nick Watson, the man in motion to the far side. It's going to be a handoff with a spin pinball style is Antonio Wright. Trying to make something happen. There wasn't a whole lot of space in front of him. Looks like he'll pick up 2, maybe 3 yards, depending on the spot. So we'll spot the ball at the ECS 10-yard line. 3rd and 8 Irish. 7 minutes to go in the game. Father Ryan 31, Evangelical Christian 0. As the Irish try and bleed the clock as much as they can. Try and get out of here with a W. So again from the shotgun, it's Pfeiffer. Fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it to the end zone. A lofted pass will fall incomplete. Intended for David Ward. Ward didn't have much of a chance on that one. He was also covered closely. That sets up 4th and 8 and a likely field goal situation here for the Irish. It's tough here. You don't want to run up the score against anyone. You want to be sportsmanlike. And it's tough to know what to do on this. Do you go for it here? It looks like you're trying to run things up. If you take a knee, that's silly. So they're going to go for a field goal chance here. So Hagee, after trying from 51 yards, will have a much more makeable one. This would be a 27-yarder. Kick is up, and it is good. So with 6 minutes and 32 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter, your score, Father Ryan 34, ECS 0.
Be sure to cheer on the Lady Irish soccer team Tuesday here on campus as they take on the Tigers of Baylor.
6 minutes and 32 seconds remain in the 4th quarter here on the campus of Father Ryan High School. The Irish leading Evangelical Christian School 34-0 in a game that started very tight. And Father Ryan went up 10-0 and then finally 17-0. And it was on from there. The defensive touchdown early in the second half really created some separation for the Irish, for their opponents from Cordova, Tennessee, ECS. So here's Hagee to kick it off. Strong leg on this one. Be taken at the goal line. They're going to say touchback. So the ball did cross the plane of the goal line per rule. An automatic touchback, and it'll be 1st and 10 ECS at their own 20-yard line. Try and get you an update on the NBA Macaulay score, but the Big Red were up 21 points at the half at home against the Blue Tornado. See what we can come up with on that. But win or lose, you know when it's NBA and Father Ryan in any sport, in any venue, anywhere, it's going to be big. We'll have that game for you live 1 week from tonight. 1st and 10 ECS. Be a QB keeper, and just not a lot of room right there. Westbrook on the run remains in the game for the Eagles.
And with an update here, BA football is up 21 or 21-0, over Baylor.
That had been the halftime score. Brentwood Academy, of course, and Baylor both on Father Ryan's schedule for later this season. 2nd and 8, less than 6 minutes to go in the game. Eagles deep in their own territory. Westbrook is pressured, gets away, throws it, complete. Makes a man miss. He'll go for a first down to the 35, to the 40, the 45, to the 47-yard line. Reed Halford getting the reception after Keegan Westbrook, the quarterback, shook off the defender. So now ECS trying to speed things up a bit. And they'll wind the clock now. 5 minutes, 39 seconds and counting. Father Ryan up by 31 points. Westbrook, the quarterback, giving some instructions to his receiver here on the near side. They've got 2 on the near, 2 on the far on this 1st and 10. Westbrook throws it down deep, complete. They may not get him to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. Touchdown, ECS, Andrew Simpson.
A hole in the defense there for the Irish leads to an ACS score.
So Simpson with the touchdown reception gives the Eagles their first points of the game. You got a guy like Westbrook back there at quarterback. You ECS people listening, I know you know this. This is the guy's got a strong arm. I remember from last year. He's a talented guy. Now on that play, Irish defense a little bit too soft in the middle. And going for a score for Andrew Simpson. So now the extra point attempt is pending.
And although the Irish gave up a score, they have played a tremendous game here on both sides, on all in all phases.
Extra point is good from Chandler Coffrin. So with 5:14 to go here in the 4th quarter, it is Father Ryan 34, ECS 7. But yes, I have to concur. Father Ryan, which to be clear, they had backups in the game right there. Not to make excuses, that's just the reality of what it was. But it's a chance for them to get experience. You never know when you have to go into a game in a pivotal moment. It is a team sport after all. So Father Ryan set to face an interesting decision from ECS if they're going to kick deep, if they're going to try and go for an onside kick. It's still a 4-possession game with the 27-point difference between Father Ryan and ECS. Irish are huddled up on the near sideline, talking things over, discussing hypotheticals, no doubt, making sure everybody's on the same page.
And for an update here from the NBA Macaulay game, as of the 3rd quarter, 34 minutes ago, NBA was up 35-14.
So still a 21-point lead for NBA in that one. With a victory, they would move to 4-1 heading into play here at Giacosa Stadium 1 week from tonight. So now ECS lines up for what I presume to be a kickoff. It's a high. Fair catch is called. And that's a penalty if I've ever seen one right there. You call for a fair catch and get decked.
Yes.
It was Evan Rubers that brought the ball in. He clearly signaled for it. Now a flag is thrown late. Now that's thrown on the far sideline. Father Ryan's not going to be happy about this one. Well, there's a flag on the
result in a personal penalty.
Well, there's a flag on the far side.
Yes.
And look, the game's in hand. Let's be honest here. This is not a time to put yourself in a situation to make mistakes.
That is true.
So indeed, it will be a fair catch interference call against ECS. So that will move where the spot was, brought in about the 37-yard line of the Irish. And it's not always well known, but the fact is that you can call for carry a fair catch on an onside kick. Ran it a couple weeks ago, actually. Talked with Owen about that off air, and then it happened. So that was down to Macaulay. Different situation here for the Irish. They're up by 27 points. They have the ball. 5 minutes and 9 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter.
And also to keep in mind, the high school football does have different dynamics than college and pro.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
It's own little nuances to it. So looks like a sideline warning has been issued against Father Ryan. That's what that second flag was for on the near side of the field. So not an infraction per se, but a warning for the Irish. Got to back up. It's tough because you're so drawn to what's going on the field. And you've got the coaches, from a player standpoint, the coaches barking at you to stay back, but rightly so. You don't want to be penalized, and the rest will watch it closely. Father Ryan 34, ECS 7, 5 minutes and 9 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. So Father Ryan starting from the 48-yard line of ECS. A carry will go for maybe 3 yards, as it was David Russell on the run. It's like Michael Linehan coming into the game for the Irish.
Sophomore.
He will spell Nick Watson, another sophomore.
And Antonio Wright is back in the game.
So as the clock runs, 4:40 and counting, Father Ryan up 34-7. They're going to take as much time off this clock as they can. One would think, at least, with 10 seconds on the play clock. So here's Pfeiffer out of the shotgun. He'll take it, and that is a handoff going in the wrong direction initially, but then cutting back. There's a flag down on the play. Antonio Wright is going to be brought down. And it's a penalty against Father Ryan. I would think that ECS would be inclined to decline the penalty because it was such a big loss there. And I appreciate the effort by Antonio Wright trying to make something happen, but unable to do so on that play. The official trying to confirm with the ECS coaching staff that they do want to decline, and they do. So they will move the ball all the way back to the 42-yard line of the Irish. That's going to set up a second and long situation. 4 minutes, 12 seconds to go. Father Ryan up by 27 points.
And although the Irish did have that penalty go on their way, they do have a very large lead with 34-7. So they are in good hands, although they have had many penalties, along with ECS.
Well, 10 seconds on the play clock. They're going to have to get to the line fairly quickly. Not a problem they typically have, but this is what happens when you're running the clock down. Less than 4 minutes to go. With 3 seconds on the play clock, they snap it. And here's Wright spinning around, get to the 45-yard line. Antonio Wright with a 3-yard, maybe 3.5-yard gain. No, it'll be 3. So they'll spot the ball at the Father Ryan 45-yard line. That's going to set up a 4th and long, 4th and 17. And a likely punting situation here for the Irish. So 3 minutes, 20 seconds between right now and the end of the game and a victory for the Irish. Pfeiffer stays out there on 4th and very long. This is surprising to me. You might see a pooch punt here as he steps back. And indeed, that's what's going to be, a pooch punt that works to the Irish's advantage. Will land at the 29, take a huge bounce inside the 20 to the 15. Bouncing around, finally will be down at the 12-yard line. So Pfeiffer showing the surprise kick strength with his leg. Gets the friendly bounce here at home. And so they'll spot the ball at the 13-yard line. ECS will have it 1st and 10 there with 2 minutes and 57 seconds to go here in this game. See a lot of smiles on the faces of the fans here in front of us. A very exciting homecoming.
And it seems as though many of them will go home happy.
Well, and rightly so. That's the way you want it. You definitely light the campus up purple and get ready for NBA in 1 week. But
That's
still
right.
more game to be played here on this first down. A run to the near side.
And to add, not only that, those people in the stands, also those watching and viewing us online.
Andrew Simpson on the carry. There's Antonio Wright on the stop. And it really is what Father Ryan does with this. They offer it for free, and it's out there for alumni all over. I mean, that's when I lived elsewhere, not in the Nashville area, moving around like a madman in the TV news business. I was always able on Friday nights. I knew I could tune in and watch, and I always appreciated that. 2nd and 2 from the 21. ECS as Westbrook will roll to the far side, throw it, and it will go incomplete, out of bounds. That'll stop the clock with 2 minutes and 19 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter. Father Ryan 34, Evangelical Christian 7.
And not to toot our own horn or anything, but it is such a commodity to have your high school's games, such as football games, being broadcasted live to anyone and everyone for free.
It's a wonderful
Makes them
service.
great, yes.
That's for sure. So 3rd and 2 now for ECS at their own 21-yard line. It'll be a handoff. Managed to almost slide up the middle. Finally brought down, but
Antonio Wright.
going to say, but not before a first down was gained by Andrew Simpson. So Simpson on the carry there. Of course, that clock will once again wind once they move the chains and officially give the signal, which they do now. So ECS trying to get some more points on the board here late in this game. It's a fake handoff. Westbrook's going to keep it himself to the 40-45 to midfield, crosses midfield, be tackled at the Father Ryan 49-yard line. So Westbrook showing the Jets there with his legs. And that will give ECS the ball in Father Ryan territory at the 49. 2 minutes and 1 second to go. And again, the clock moves under 2 minutes to go in this game. So the Irish up 34-7. Trying to make sense of what the ECS signals are on the side there as the clock continues to run. It's another handoff. Simpson, they'll get maybe 6 yards. It's about a 6-yard gain for him there. So ECS content to run the ball at this point, with the game out of hand with less than 90 seconds to go. So it should be a good atmosphere here 1 week from tonight.
Oh,
Been wonderful having this homecoming crowd here, but that Father Ryan versus NBA rivalry game crowd should also be strong. Of course, we'll have it for you here live as well.
It should prove to be a big matchup for the Irish.
2nd and 4, it's a handoff to Simpson, and a good tackle. Very good job there for Father Ryan by Ben Smith Jr. getting in there, getting a stop. Less than a minute to go in the game. Father Ryan up at 27. There's a 1-yard loss.
And for ECS, number 27, Alan Bowden, is rushing onto the field.
They've still got their starters in. I mean,
Oh, yes.
I've made note of that before, and I understand. You want to try and get something, if you're ECS, to build on from this game, but 30 seconds to go on 3rd and 5. The shotgun handoff. Good job defensively for Father Ryan. Montrell McKnight holding on and making the stop after maybe a 2-yard gain.
It seems as though that might be the last play, depending on what ECS does.
It's 4th down. The game is almost over. 10 seconds and counting. It appears that's going to do it. And as the clock ticks down, that will be the last play of the game. So for Father Ryan, this is what they needed, this is what they wanted, and this is what they got.
Yes.
The Irish are going to win this
Redemption.
one. 34-7 over ECS. Redemption for last year. Moves to 3-2 on the season and provides some momentum. Breaks the losing streak and provides some momentum going into that huge rivalry divisional matchup with NBA 1 week from tonight. So should be interesting to see how that plays out.
Definitely
We'll bring
so.
it to you and have it here live. So
Can't wait for it.
so for Austin Wright, I'm Lou Pickney. Thank you for joining us. Your final score from Nashville: Father Ryan 34, Evangelical Christian 7. Thanks for joining us.